Outlaw Baseball is live on Outlaw Baseball is live on the radio at KNYN and online at mylocalradio.com. It's another season of Wyoming AA Legion Baseball. Follow the American Legion Post 41 Evanston Outlaws throughout the summer months as we bring you live video and play-by-play coverage. Today's broadcast is being brought to you in part by Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, mylocalradio.com, Best Western Dunmore Inn and Legal Tender Restaurant, West Star Printing, Rocky Mountain Sign, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Seavers Jewelers, Ellingford Brothers, Bear River Dental, The Lumberyard, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Mountain West Business Solutions, Plains Tire, Landmark Plumbing and Heating, Joe's Modern Cleaners, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Uinta County School District No. 1, T-Bar S Body Shop, Dr. McKay Frankham DDS, Evanston Regional Hospital, Flex Fitness, Kazines, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Superior Rental, and the Gun Room. With first pitch quickly approaching, let's head to the booth.
Welcome back to Ross Kesterson Field, one and all here on mylocalradio.com. It's the beginning of region season for the Evanston Outlaws and the Rock Springs Sandpuppies right here on your home of the Evanston Outlaws, KNYN 99.1 FM, and online at mylocalradio.com. Jake Hibbard bringing you the call in this first of two games today. It's a doubleheader region meeting. The 10 and 16 visiting Rock Springs Sandpuppies up first to bat, followed by the homestanding Evanston Outlaws in the bottom half of the inning. Just shortly before the first pitch here, Ryan Fisher on the bump today for the Evanston Outlaws. Run you now through the starters for the Evanston Outlaws out in the field. Behind the plate, it's Reed Gross at catcher, and Gus Allred moves down the line at first base. Second base, normally occupied by Jagger Mitchell. Mitchell is out today, so the normal first baseman, Brendan Thompson, makes a step over to his old position of the 4 spot and plays second. Seth Lloyd at shortstop and Jordan Schneider at third base. Kendall Cummings in left field, Chris Perriman in center field, and in right field, Clayton Moyles getting his first action in the conference level, region level for the Evanston Outlaws. Leading off the inning for Rock Springs, Destry Stevenson, and here's the first pitch from Ryan Fisher, fouled away and out of play. It's 0-1. After Destry Stevenson, it's Drew Grossnickel and Wyatt Martinez in the third spot. Second pitch, knocked out into right center field. Maybe a gap. Chris Perriman closes it in midway through the right and center field position spots. And 2 pitches, Ryan Fisher has retired Destry Stevenson. So 1 gone in the inning, and this a 7-inning matchup. It used to be that if it was a doubleheader like we have today, it would be 7 innings, and then a third game in the series would be played as a standalone 9-inning game. However, a couple of years ago, the Legion Baseball Tournament at the national level had some weather issues. First pitch to Grossnickel, hit opposite side and out of play. Grossnickel, a right-handed hitter. Well, a couple of years ago, the national level Legion tournament had some weather issues, and they expedited the games from 9 innings down to 7 innings. They liked the way it worked, and coming into the last season, it was a rule across the line that now all Legion games would be 7 innings. As it turned out, most games prior to that were run at the 7-inning level, except at the high tournaments where they jumped up to 9 innings in region and state. And, of course, in conference as well. So really, more of a unilateral change as Grossnickel finds himself down 0-2. 0-2 pitch is wasted off to the right side, and the count stays right there for Ryan Fisher. Oh, 0-2 one more time. Fisher to Grossnickel. Loops it over the head of Brendan Thompson at second base and into shallow right field for a single. 1 gone and 1 man on for Rock Springs. That brings up Wyatt Martinez. Drew Grossnickel, not playing a position today. We may see him play a position a little bit later on, but in the number 2 spot listed as a DH. Being held over at first base, Allred playing tight to the bag. Fisher, off the stretch, delivers a high fastball, and ball 1 to Martinez. Grossnickel going down 0-2 in the count early on, and then fighting off a couple more pitches before getting an 0-2 single. Throw over to first, and Grossnickel in safe standing. Throw back to the bag again, and Grossnickel in safe. Goes home, Grossnickel takes the steal, runs down to the bag, and the throw is a bit off target. Grossnickel with a good jump, stealing second base. One and one count, 1 gone. Fastball, strike 2. Fisher struggling a little bit on the mound as we head into the region season. He's the designated ace with Seth Lloyd on a heavy pitch count following a surgery this past year, a football injury causing that. Martinez strikes out on a high heater. 2 gone in the inning. Grossnickel standing on second for Rock Springs. Back to Fisher, though. A heavy load has been rested on his shoulders with all those innings, and he's been good throughout many of them, but as we have and are entering the final month, or the final days of the second month of the season, 28.2 pitches are innings pitched for Fisher, most on the team. Mitchell second. ERA's ballooned up to 7.3. After a strike 1, a chopped ball down for Coughlin down to first base, and the inning is over. 6-3 put out. And Ryan Fisher goes scoreless through the top of the first. Evanston coming up next. A little bit of a change in the lineups, and we'll get into that when we come back. This is the First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball, live on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Back here at Ross Kesterson Field and the Rock Springs Sandpuppies. are out to defend in the bottom of the first inning. No score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Leading off for the Evanston Outlaws for the first time all season and maybe the first time ever, Ryan Fisher. Leading hitter on the team among qualified batters at .464 throughout the season in 69 at-bats, 88 total plate appearances. He'll be followed by Reed Gross and Seth Lloyd. After that, Gus Allred in the cleanup spot today. So as we mentioned, no Jagger Mitchell in the lineup, and also the number 5 hitter normally, Casey Perriman, gone as well. Both of them out for basketball camps. The Mesa camp down in Colorado is this week. Fisher takes a ball 1. On the mound is Dominic Gunyon for Rock Springs. Gunnar Hamblin behind the plate. Get around the horn at first base defensively after this pitch. Strike 1 delivered, count at 1-1. At first place, it's DeAndre Wick, Sean Murphy. At second base, Parker Ross at shortstop, and J.C. Coughlin at third. Outside delivery on 1-1 goes 2-1 on a ball delivered. At left field, Destry Stevenson. Center field is Wyatt Martinez and Bobby Sains in right. Make it a 3-1 count as Gunyon is having trouble locating. Fisher, a patient hitter. On the season for Ryan, he has 10 walks. Tops on the team in walks on the year is Seth Lloyd. He's been walked 20 times. Also second in batting average among qualified at .422. Hit up the middle on a 3-1 count. Easy single into center field, fielded by Martinez, and Fisher in safely, rounding first base and heading back. Puts a man on and brings up the number 2 man, Reed Gross, on the season. Normally a leadoff hitter. Lineup being shaken up today. Gross hitting an even .300 on the season through 70 at-bats. That's led by 15 singles, 4 doubles, and 2 triples. First pitch is a ball. This is the first of 2 games today. 7:30 the scheduled time for the second to start. Second pitch, change up, hit out into left field, over the head of Stevenson. Fisher, round second, on his way to third, and it's a ground rule double. Everyone has to stay right there as it gets out of play and over the fence. High hopper on a deep shot by Gross. And we have second and third with no outs for the Evanston Outlaws, and the number 3 man normally cleanup hitter, Seth Lloyd, up to the plate. Losing Mitchell and Perriman for a pair of conference games. Very crucial for not just the defense, of course, but offensively. You take the number 2 hitter in Mitchell and number 3 hitter, Ryan Fisher. He has to go up to leadoff. Pushes Seth Lloyd from 4 to 3. And then normally right behind Seth Lloyd in the 5 spot, protecting the cleanup position, Casey Perriman gone too, so Gus Allred step on up. Lloyd hits it hard, out, fielded by Martinez over the shoulder. Nobody tagged up. We may have a double play, and missing the tag. Reed Gross is out or safe? If he's out, there's 2 gone, and a double play ruled that nobody tagged up. Chad Thompson at first base, holding his hands up in the air and shrugging his shoulders on the call. Now, it looked like the ball initially coming off the bat would get over the head of Martinez at center field. However, that was not the case. Martinez made the over-the-head basket catch. And with no outs, curious that they weren't tagging all the way. But now there's 2, and Allred with a man standing on third base and Ryan Fisher, tasked with the job of driving in a run on what could end up being a broken inning. Count is 2-0. Gunyon comes home. Allred hammered out to right, hard and long, and off the fence in safely. Fisher walks home, and Allred standing up at second, about 3 inches low of a home run to straight away right field for the lefty Gus Allred, showing his cleanup power today, normally well down in the lineup. 1-0 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Well, the Outlaws have struck first. 1-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Allred standing on second. And at the plate is Kendall Cummings. First pitch a ball, and second a ball as well. Count at 2-0. Hit into left center field. Martinez gets a read on it, grabs it, and that's the inning. So a double play out of position on the tags takes away what could have been a big inning for the Evanston Outlaws, but they still salvage it with a run and a lead. And at the end of one inning on the Impact Physical Therapy board, the score stands 1 run for the Outlaws, none for the Sandpuppies. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Members of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union feel confident that our staff has your best interest in mind, confident that we acknowledge your financial needs, confident that we are always working hard to provide the best rates, best products, and the best service the industry can offer, and confident that we will always work with you to help achieve your financial goals. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes for the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
There is no job too small or too big. You'll find what you need at the Lumberyard in Evanston. We carry over 25,000 products under one roof. If we don't have it, we can order everything you need to finish every project, large or small. The Lumberyard also delivers. Make sure you always check the Lumberyard first. Excellent prices, great customer service, and quality products. Now you can even shop online at thelumberyard.com. The Lumberyard, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
Top of the second inning here. And Evanston on top 1-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Jake Hibbert bringing you the action at Ross Kesterson Field on opening region night between these two AA West opponents. Ryan Fisher on the mound, and 1-1 the count. Number 5 man up, Gunnar Hamblin. Gets metal on the ball. Hit up high, foul, just out of play over the backstop. Count goes 1-2 for Hamblin. Up next, Sean Murphy and Bobby Sains in the inning. And a swing and a miss, strikeout, swinging for Hamblin. Brings up Sean Murphy. Murphy, a right-handed hitter. Fisher, fastball, low for ball 1. Hit up high and out of play. Count goes 1-1. High up and at the head level on the pitch. 2-1 for Fisher on the mound. Got through the first inning without giving up anything. Had a strikeout and ground out a fly out. Gave up a single. Count 3-1 to Murphy. Count running at 3-1. Here's Fisher. Fouled up, maybe in play. Gross has a read on it, and out number 2. Two gone, Bobby Sains. Number 2 on the back of the jersey, out in right field. Tall, lanky, right-handed hitter. Nobody on for Rock Springs. Here's the pitch from Fisher, off speed. Came in close on Sains and then cut back across the plate at strike 1. Sains found himself not keeping his eye on the ball there, ducking away from it as it cut back into the zone. Second pitch of fastball messed with the speed of Sains' bat, and it's 0-2. One pitch away for Fisher. Goes off speed, drop third strike, throw down to first, gloved by Allred, and the inning is over. 2 strikeouts for Fisher in the inning, including the 2-3 putout. And it's a quick 1-2-3 retiring of the batters. On to the bottom of the second next. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Back on the air here on KNY and 99.1 FM. Sorry for the pause and dead air as I had to run down to the dugout and currently out of breath as Game Changer has gone out. Brendan Thompson was retired, one gone, and a deep hit out to center field. We resume to action. Clayton Moyles out to left center with probably an E8 is what you'd call that. Wyatt Martinez kind of stumbling over the ball. Either way, Moyles standing on second base with one gone. That brings up Jordan Schneider playing third base today. First pitch popped up out of play. On the mound, Dominic Gunyon. Gave up one run, probably should have been more if not for errant base running of the Outlaws. Had two men on second and third base with no outs, and then a deep shot out to center field, which surely would have scored a run, maybe tagged another over to third. Ended up being an F8 and an 8-4 putout on a double play as failed tags, trying to get back in time. High pitch from Gunyon. There's Gunyon delivering outside and low for a ball. Count at 2-2. Had a game changer crash and ran down to talk to Jason Mitchell, the guy running it, and he's getting everything back up and working. Picked off at second base, and now caught in a rundown to third. Moyles racing back to second. Throw to third. Ball is dropped, so he's safe. The ball was popped out of the glove of, it looks like, that's Parker Ross there. The shortstop tried to glove the top of Moyles' head and had the ball fly out of the webbing. Moyles is safe. See what sort of leads Clayton takes, as he was caught in some sticky dirt trying to get back to second base. As of now, standing right on the base. Now takes a step, another, and a third, and a fourth. Delivery home, swing and a miss, and Schneider is retired on a strikeout. Looks like Coach Mitchell's getting everything running through and back up. Had the system crash on him. And in a game like baseball where you're doing play-by-play, deep shot out to right center field. On his horse, Chris Perriman has a double, maybe more. On his way to third, the runner scores. So Moyles is in with a 2-0 lead, and Perriman slides safely into third base. A triple for Chris Perriman, the number 9 man in the order, turns it over to Ryan Fisher. A 2-0 score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. As we were saying for Coach Mitchell, in a game like baseball where you're going play-by-play to keep up with everything, and we're talking pitch by pitch, wow, what a good job as I'm seeing him update the score. Somehow was able to keep track of all that was going on with all the pitches and then all the plays. So here's Gunyon on the mound. He's given up a run each inning, has 2 outs here, but a man standing on third. Changeup dropped in. That was a curveball dropped into Ryan Fisher for a strike. Fisher 1 for 1, and he scored the first run of the inning. Of the game, I should say. First run of the opening inning. 1-1 count. A second curveball is dropped in the dirt. Gunyon setting up on the 1-1. Fastball down low and ball 2. No one on first, no one on second, but Chris Perriman standing on third. Here's the pitch on 2-1. Down the foul, third base line. For Chris, that's hit number 10 of the season and his second triple. He's got great speed out in center field and on the base paths. Another dirt ball makes it 3-1. Batting average for Chris standing at .257. Have a slight bump after that hit. And a definite bump in the slugging percentage. Ball 4 to Ryan Fisher puts runners on the corner, first and third. 2-0 lead for the Evanston Outlaws. Bottom of the second inning. Just a hair after 5 o'clock, 5:22 p.m. Scheduled doubleheader here today at Ross Kesterson. And Gunyon again dirts it. This time to Reed Gross. Landed about 3 feet in front of the plate. He has lost his ability on the curve after delivering a strike 1 to Ryan Fisher about 4 or 5, 6 pitches ago. Fastball to Gross. Out in left center. Drops in for a single. Perriman walks home. Runners advance to first and second. 3-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. The Outlaws extend their lead. In the bottom of the second inning, 2 outs, and both of those runs have been 2-outers, and actually all 3 today have been 2-out drive-ins for the Outlaws. Brings up Seth Lloyd. He flew out to deep center. A basket catch by Wyatt Martinez ended up being a double play last inning. Lloyd with 3 home runs on the season and second on the team in batting average at .422. T.C. Coles, through 4 plate appearances, has 2 hits, but that's not a qualified hitter as far as having enough at-bats to lead the team in batting average. So you've got Ryan Fisher at .464 and Seth Lloyd at .422, followed by Gus Allred at .393. Ethan Buse has 5 hits through 12 plate appearances. Lloyd watches one in the dirt go by. The count is at 1-2. 2 gone, runners at first and second. Gunyon into the set position. Looks back to second. Dirts it again, this time past the catcher, Hamblin. Both runners advance on to second and third. So far, Hamblin has been able to block everything, but this time it went right through his legs. Advance both runners 90 feet, count at 2-2. Evened up for Lloyd, 2 gone. And ball 3. Open base at first with Gus Allred standing on deck. Allred nearly got his first career Outlaws home run, his last at-bat. If you're familiar with Ross Kesterson Field, there's a green shed out towards the right field line. And Allred, knockout to center, Martinez grabs it. That's the inning. Outlaws score 2-3-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And before we go, just finish our thought. Allred, last inning at that green shed, it looked like he hit the roof of the shed, but in fact hit about 3 inches shy in height-wise, so it was just the top of that fence. Other than that, he'll be up next, maybe searching for that first home run when we go to the bottom of the third. But first, we have the top of the third, and Ryan Fisher taking the mound for the Evanston Outlaws with a 3-0 lead on the Impact Physical Therapy board. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 Radio and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you've struggled to get a vehicle because of some bumps in your credit, then come to the all-new Rocky Mountain Yeti Auto Group. We have over 20 different lenders ready to help you reestablish your credit with a quality new or pre-owned vehicle. Good credit, bad credit, bankruptcy? Let the new Rocky Mountain Yeti Auto Group try to help you. Call our credit hotline today and ask for Jeff or Dave to get pre-approved for your next vehicle. Call 307-789-3151 today. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven.
Superior Rental is Evanston's only full-service rental equipment store. We have what you need to get the job done. Backhoes, trenchers, excavators, air compressors, jackhammers, concrete tools, hammer drills, aerators, tillers, power rakes, forklifts, log splitters, tables and chairs, popcorn, snow cone, and cotton candy machines. All right, you get the picture. You don't have to own when you can rent from Superior Rental, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Top of the third inning, Ryan Fisher working on a 1-0 count. Opposite field knock past the glove of Gus Allred and a single for DeAndre Ricks, the first baseman. Takes the 90-foot trot down the line with a leadoff single. Well, it's 3-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, maybe 2-0, as one of those runs might have been negated. Have to get clarification on that. We got a clock here. Not sure why. There's a brand new scoreboard. And is that a clock or no, that's the pitcher guest uniforms? I don't know what's going on. Ground ball down to the first base bag, and Fisher turns it and throws down to second where Thompson retires. Ricks and a fielder's choice swap him out. Parker Ross standing on first base. So I had 3 men coming in to score, but, and actually so does Game Changer. So we are going to say 3-0. And there's the score updated right just as we say that. Was hesitant to say it right away. A foul ball as the lineup turns over to Destry Stevenson for Rock Springs with 1 gone and a man on first base. Because a week ago, or I guess it was a couple of weeks ago, when we did the Green River game with 40-some runs combined, there was 1 run taken away. And we did not have a scoreboard for that, so it was an inning or so later before we realized it. A throw back to first base, and Ross is in safely as Allred loses the ball. Ross was sliding in, so no chance of an advance for him. Count at the plate is 0-1 to Stevenson. Destry on the day 0 for 1. Flew out on 2 pitches to center field to lead off the game. Chopped down to shortstop. Lloyd to second. The turn not going to happen, but 2 are gone. Back-to-back fielders' choices to second base have 2 out and a man on first for Rock Springs, trailing 3-0. Drew Grossnickel to the plate. He singled and stole second back in the first. Was left stranded there as a strikeout and a ground out ended the inning. Fisher into the set position, looking down to the ground. Runner takes off for second. Good throw down, a little bit off target. And Stevenson, he's got a 1-1 count, and Ross is in safely at second base. It was a laser by Reed Gross, but ended up going a little bit right of the bag from our vantage point here at Ross Kesterson. So a runner at second and a ball delivered outside to Grossnickel. Single here with 2 outs may score a runner with the man at second breaking on contact. Here's the pitch, and it's low. Scoreboard says 2-1. Well, actually the scoreboard says, now it says 2-1. I had it at 3-1, but for now we'll stick with the scoreboard. Dirts it, and there you go. That's ball 3. Look back from Fisher to second. Now coming home with the pitch. Hitting a gap at short. Gets to the outfield. Runner at third. Breaking for home. He'll score easily as a stumble by Kendall Cummings in the shallow left outfield makes it a no-doubter that the Rock Springs Sandpuppies will get their first run in. 3-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. An RBI single by Drew Grossnickel. And just as mentioned prior, a single did do it. Runner breaking on contact. It was just a low ground ball and good speed by Parker Ross to get home. By Stevenson to get home. And that makes it 3-1. Sky high. Dropped into the glove of Gus Allred on a little pop-up in the infield. The Sandpuppies are retired onto the bottom of the third. Next, Rock Springs gets a run in but trail the Outlaws by 2. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNY and 99.1 FM. Online at mylocalradio.com. 3-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston over Rock Springs.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
In business since 1936, Ellingford Brothers started with 3 brothers building bridges across Wyoming. Over the years, the company has expanded into different aspects tied to construction, including ready-mix, steel fabrication, heavy hauling, hotshot services, and crushers. Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. When it comes to all things construction, come to Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming. Call today, 307-789-1515.
So far, the pitchers in today's game almost dead even in the pitch count throw. Gus Allred leads off for the Evanston Outlaws as Dominic Gunyon throws pitch number 35 of the day. That's right where Ryan Fisher finished off the third inning. The difference between the two? Well, he's an inning ahead. Not that Gunyon's pitch count has gotten out of hand by any means. 34 is too complete, not crazy. The Outlaws have seen a lot of early pitches and hit on them. And Gunyon's been helped out actually on some defensive plays and more importantly some base running miscues by the Outlaws that I think in particular that first inning could have gotten away early for Evanston. Count for Allred, 2-1. He sees a pitch he likes and lines it foul down the first base side. Evened up 2-2. Here's the pitch from Gunyon. Takes something off it. Chopped down the first base line. Good glove by DeAndre Ricks. Taps the bag, and one is gone. Allred retired. Brings up Kendall Cummings. On deck, Brendan Thompson. Cummings flew out to center, and Thompson flew out to right in the first and second innings, and they're only at-bats. First pitch seen by Cummings. Hit high and foul down the left field line and not able to get there. Destry Stevenson was on his horse down the foul line, just a hair too short. Cummings offered on a high and inside pitch and kind of really went in and didn't get good contact necessarily. Got a little under that ball as it popped up high. Luckily for him, it had just enough power and just enough tail to the left. And he'll get another try at it. 0-1 the count, one gone. Pitch from Gunyon. Off speed and high, ball one. Quickly working Gunyon again. Dirts it. His location has not been there sporadically today. It's probably the fifth or sixth pitch he's thrown into the dirt down by the plate. 3-1 count, another low fastball. And Dominic searching for a strike. Cummings, after reaching on that first pitch, has been patient ever since. Hits it down the third baseline. Mishandled out of the glove of Coughlin, and a single. Probably an error, an E5 there on Coughlin. Chase Coughlin puts Cummings on first base. Brendan Thompson to the plate. Thompson's bounced around both on the field and in the lineup throughout the last couple of years. Playing second base today. That's where we first saw him break in with the Outlaws. Batting on the year, .313. And mostly a singles hitter. His slugging percentage sitting just 40 points higher than that at .359. Swing and a miss by Thompson. And take a look at that. Brendan Thompson, 20 hits on the year. 17 of them have been singles. And then 3 doubles. Man on first base for the Outlaws. Off-speed curveball dropped in for a strike. 0-2 for Thompson. One gone, one on, and a 2-run lead for the Outlaws. Bottom of the third inning. 37 minutes into play, 5:37 p.m. here at Ross Kesterson Field. It's a nice day and a little bit of a breeze, probably welcomed by the players as it's a little bit hot out there without it. A little bit of cloud cover. Should be a beautiful second game as the sun starts to retreat. Just a few days away now. 3 to be exact, to the longest day of the year. 1-2 count for Thompson. On the mound, the pitch. Fastball, punch out, and Thompson let it go on by, left the bat on his shoulders the whole way through. 2 are out. Brings up Clayton Moyles. Kid out of Kemmer, getting knocked up to the AA level, a B player for the Evanston Trappers throughout the season. Father is the coach of the Evanston Trappers. Takes strike one. Already has made an offensive impact with a double and a run scored. Gunyon on the pitch. Fastball. Fouled out and out of play, opposite way for the right-handed Moyles. One thing for the Outlaws, and you have to see this, really look at it from the AA, B, and then C level. It's been nice to see for the Evanston teams the last couple of years, is the increased level of participation from kids in the adjacent areas to Evanston. Moyles chops it back to the pitcher's mound, and the inning is over. We'll get back more into that when the Outlaws take the field defensively, as we are through 3 complete. 3-1 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Rock Springs coming up in the top of the fourth. Next, this is the First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Jace Coughlin had an error in the third inning, and he leads off the fourth, swinging a miss on the first pitch, second a ball. 1-1 count to Coughlin as Ryan Fisher has gone through 3 complete, 35 pitches thrown. 1 run allowed, and that being earned. Bundle of strikeouts, too. Coughlin takes strike 2 here down in the count. Fisher struck out 1 in the first, 2 in the second. And a swing and a miss, strikes 1 out to lead off the fourth. Coughlin is retired on 4 pitches. That brings up the number 4 man, make it 5 man, Gunnar Hamblin, the catcher. 4th strikeout of the day for Ryan Fisher. Punch-out specialist when his fastball is working. Hamblin takes ball 1. 3-1 the count here in the top of the 4th inning, 42 minutes into the game. Fastball knocked out to right field, well hit, and a read. He went back, then he went forward, back, and then dove forward just in time. Clayton Moyles falls to the ground but holds on to the ball on a liner out to right. 1 is gone. Make it 2 gone with the punch out in the F9. 6 man up, Sean Murphy, second baseman today. This pitch number 7 of the inning for Fisher. Off speed outside and ball 1. Murphy flew out, popped up to second base, or to the catcher, Reed Gross rather. His first time up, fastball taken for a strike. 1-1 with 2 gone and nobody on. Murphy offers at it, chops it back to second base. Cleanly gloved by Thompson, throw down to first, and a inning is extended on the E3. Allred had it, and then it dropped out of his glove as he was pulled off the bag on top of it. So the inning continues on an E3 on what seemed to surely be it. Would have been a quick inning, maybe still will be, but extended nonetheless. Right fielder Bobby Sains to the plate. Sains struck out to end the second inning. Takes strike 1 here. Look down to first base. And Fisher drops it in on an off speed. 0-2. Fisher may be a little upset that he couldn't get through the inning cleanly. The air extending it. See what he does here. Fastball inside, a hair off, and Sains takes it 1-2. Seagulls dipping in and one nearly dropping in front of Ryan Fisher. Hit opposite field. Tailing foul down Gus Allred's way at first base. And the count stays 1-2. Sean Murphy has to hustle his way back. Murphy's uniform looks a little bit like what you saw in the mid-90s out of a first baseman with the long, baggy pants. Sains, by contrast, has the high stirrups. Foul tip keeps Sains alive at the plate. 1-2 the count. Murphy wearing the uniform looked like it would fit right along with Mo Vaughn, Ken Caminetti, and the like. The 1-2 offering, curveball in the dirt, offered by Sains. And for the second time in his mini at-bat, Sains strikes out and is punched out on a 2-3 to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the fourth next. 5:45 the time on the clock, and 3-1 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy Board on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNY and 99.1 FM, on the radio and online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an easy way to get a 10-day free pass to Flex Fitness. Log on to the Evanston sports pages at mylocalradio.com and click on the Flex Fitness logo. This is Ben Carden, owner of Flex Fitness in Evanston. When you click on the Flex Fitness logo displayed on the Evanston sports pages at mylocalradio.com, we'll give you a 10-day free pass to work out here at Flex Fitness. Log on right now and get your 10-day free pass to Flex Fitness. Click on Flex Fitness on the Evanston sports pages at mylocalradio.com and come check us out.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Bottom of the fourth inning, and Jordan Schneider at the plate for the Evanston Outlaws. 3-1 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. Gunyon at the mound for another inning of work. Count is at 1-1. Schneider in his first at-bat. In the game today, struck out on 5 pitches. After Schneider, it's Chris Perriman who tripled, his second triple of the season. Foul ball up, in play. Gunnar Hamblin, the catcher, rips off the mask and reaches out and grabs it to the left of home plate. First man is out in the inning. Scheduled 7-inning games, the first at 5, of course, the game we're in right now. And after that, a 7:30 game scheduled. That to allow for a break for the players to get something to eat, rest up, and get the new lineups in. That second game will be right here on the same stream at mylocalradio.com. 1-0 count to Perriman, the pitch. Chop down the shortstop, third base line, and past the shortstop of Ross for a single. So Chris Perriman 2 for 2 on the day in the 9 spot. See if he gets a bump up in game number 2. He's seeing the ball and hitting it well so far today. That second game, like we said, or we're getting around to saying, as the lineup turns over to Ryan Fisher, we'll be here on the same stream. And on the radio, we'll go briefly back to music and then pop back. Ryan Steinecker will have the play-by-play call for that contest. Winner of this first game is the first team in the AA West to claim a region victory. The only other region games, to our knowledge, that have taken place, Cheyenne Post 6 versus Gillette, in which Gillette in the doubleheader was shut out. Chris Perriman taking off for second, got a good jump, but a better throw by Hamblin right on the mark, and Sean Murphy tags out Perriman. There are 2 gone in the bottom of the fourth. Count 0-1 to Ryan Fisher. Now without a man on base to try and help his own cause, as he's the pitcher of record for the Outlaws today. Pitch down in the dirt by Gunyon. And it's 1-1. Like we were saying, Post 6 shut out Gillette, which was standing in, and is standing at, 44-11 on the season, including 2 runless games against Post 6. Fisher Toes it down the line. Slaps right on the foul line at left field. On his way to second and in standing easily with a 2-out double. Too bad, because if not for the hit and run or the missed stolen base by Chris Perriman, it may be 4-run for the Outlaws right now, but instead it's a 2-out double with no one on for Fisher. That brings up Reed Gross. Fisher in the leadoff spot today, doing well in the position. He's got a single his first time up, walked his second, and made a double in this most recent appearance, leading the Outlaws in batting average in this his post-senior year. On his way to Washington to play a little 2-year baseball is Ryan Fisher as a pitcher. Reed Gross slaps it out to short. And a mishandling by Parker Ross as an error. Scores Ryan Fisher, head first slide. Gross on his way to second. The throw is a bounced one, so everyone's safe. Mark it a single for Reed Gross, and then with the error, a run scored. Makes it 4-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Ryan Fisher going on to play, like we said, some 2-year baseball in Washington, just outside of Seattle. Following the family tradition, as Ian Fisher went out to Nebraska to play some 2-year baseball and then found a home at the D2 level in North Dakota, Bismarck to be exact, at University of Mary. Not to be confused with University of St. Mary in Kansas. Fisher just finished up his final baseball season this past year, as his brother will be heading in as a freshman. Seth Lloyd to the plate. Out to right field. Drops. And a high hop goes over the head of Sains. That rolls all the way back to the wall. Gross in easily. Make it 5-1. Seth Lloyd still on his feet as he toes into third base. A 2-out triple. And we'll have to see how that one's marked because it's probably a single. But then that weird hop, it never hit Sains' glove. Always have to consider that. But we'll go with whatever the official scoring is. And my guess would be air. You have to have the single, but then on to third with the air. Brings up Gus Allred, has a double today, and sees it well out to center field. A lot of loft under it, though, and Martinez makes the catch. 3 are gone, but the Outlaws score a couple in the fourth as we head on to the top of the fifth next. 5-1 score on the Impact Physical Therapy board on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
When it comes to shopping online, you definitely want to put thelumberyard.com on your list of favorites. You'll save time and money by visiting thelumberyard.com first. You'll find a huge selection of inventory to choose from. We've got everything you need for any of your home, yard, or shop projects. Get excellent prices and quick delivery when you shop at thelumberyard.com. We are part of the local community, plus we ship all over the United States. Log on today to see what all the excitement is about.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
The first school in Evanston opened in 1870 with 8 students. Since the very beginning, excellence in education has been the goal. Dedicated teachers and staff, board members, and community members have focused on student learning. The Uintah County School District No. 1 has graduated many young men and women who have gone on to be successful, productive citizens, parents, and leaders around the world. Our heritage continues today. Uintah County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Top of the fifth inning here on mylocalradio.com. Jake Hibbard bringing you action live at Ross Kesterson Field. The Evanston Outlaws and the Rock Springs Sandpuppies region play. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Ryan Fisher out for a fifth inning of work. His pitch count at a fantastic through 4, 50 exactly. leading off against DeAndre Ricks, who singled on him last time up. Takes low, ball 1 to start the inning. Outlaws up 5-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, and Ricks swings and misses. 1-1 count. Fisher taking his time. That pitch is a ball. Ricks was a victim of the fielder's choice that haunted the Sandpuppies in the third inning. The first, second outs were back-to-back. Pops up the middle and throw it to second. Man at first safe. Deep shot out to the shortstop position and past the glove of Seth Lloyd. DeAndre Ricks providing some bottom of the order consistency. He's 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of singles. Number 8 man goes to the number 9 man, Parker Ross, followed by Destry Stevenson on deck to turn it over for the Sandpuppies. 5-1 score. Ross 0 for 1. Shows bunt down the first base line. Foul. 0-1 to Parker Ross. Small leadoff at first base for DeAndre Ricks. Off the stretch, Fisher ready to field the bunt. Picked up, underhand flip over to first base. And a 1-3 put out. Puts DeAndre Ricks at second base, an open first, and Destry Stevenson to the plate. Stevenson 0 for 2, although he has scored a run, reached on a fielder's choice, stole second, and scored on the single by Drew Grossnickel in the third inning. That's the lone run for Rock Springs today. Fastball from Fisher. That high toe point with his lead leg leads to a perfect down the middle strike and no offering by Stevenson. 1-1 on a low fastball. Fisher looks back to second, goes home, takes something off it. Opposite field pop up by Stevenson into the glove of Allred at first. There are 2 gone. Brings up Drew Grossnickel. Right-handed hitter, and today he's been solid. 2 singles, and he had a man standing in Destry Stevenson at second base the last time he came to the plate with 2 outs. A single, ball moving, a runner moving on contact of the ball, just like last time, could again possibly mean a run scored for Rock Springs. Grossnickel, veteran. I don't know if he's in his 6th year of Legion play, but it seems like it. I believe he's been playing as long as Seth Lloyd's been playing. 1-1 count. The pitch, fastball, and Grossnickel behind it, fouls it off. Got a piece of it. It's 1-2. Fisher delivers. Swing and a miss. Grossnickel is retired, and so is the side for Rock Springs. On to the bottom of the 5th next. High fives all the way around for Ryan Fisher, picking up strikeout number 5. Make it 6 of the day. And we'll move on to the closing half of the 5th next on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 Radio.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
Because of the many washers and dryers, it doesn't take long to get all your laundry done at Joe's Modern Cleaners and Laundromat in Evanston. Joe's offers an affordable wash and fold service. Plus, large bulky items like sleeping bags and bedspreads are no problem. Big machines clean big loads at Joe's, so whether you want to do it yourself or have someone else take care of it, get it all done at Joe's Modern Cleaners and Laundromat, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. So come see why our customers say we're not only the biggest, we're the best at Joe's Modern Cleaners and Laundromat.
Bottom of the fifth inning here, and a 5-1 score on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Ryan Fisher lights out at the mound. 65 pitches thrown, 5 strikeouts, including 2 in the second inning and 2 in the fifth. The Outlaws in charge, and Kendall Cummings followed by Brendan Thompson to begin the fifth inning. Clayton Moyles will be up after them. Pitch number 1 is a strike taken by Cummings. Fastball down the middle. We do have a pitching change on the mound for Rock Springs. Closes the book on the day for Dominic Gunyon. And bring in Caden Anderson off the bench. So just a straight, no one changes defensively. Just DH Gross Nickel, let him hit. Don't make him play out in the field and let the pitchers pitch. Anderson dirts that ball. Count at 1-2. High fastball. 2-1, 2-2. Interesting to see if Grossnickel will be out in the field next game and someone else will get that DH designation. I believe that's how Cole Marquez has worked it in years past with his Sandpuppies team. And give someone a defensive rest and then get them ready for the next contest in a doubleheader, especially in these all-important region matches where you only get 6 to determine your state seeding. Ball 4 delivered, and Cummings races down the first base line. A walk given up to lead things off. Brendan Thompson to the plate. Had a rough go of it. Last time out, struck out looking. 0 for 2 on the day with a flyout preceding that. Steps into the right-handed batter's box. Short lead out at first base. The pitch. Chop down the shortstop way. Turn and throw. It's a long one and off market. It's a single for Brendan Thompson. A valiant effort out there by Parker Ross trying to pull the old Derek Jeter, turn around and throw it in the air, but no real chance of getting it down the line to DeAndre Ricks, at least not on the bag. Wisely, DeAndre pulled off and reached out and grabbed the ball about 4 or 5 steps in front of the first base bag. Gunnar Hamblin has a quick conference on the mound with Caden Anderson. Runners are on first and second base with nobody out here. Bottom of the fifth inning, 5-1 score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston Outlaws, post 41, leading post 24 Archie Hay out of Rock Springs. Anderson off the stretch. Bunt laid down. This one, a single by Moyles. How about that? First base Ricks and the pitcher Anderson both came out to field the ball down the first base line. Miscommunication all the way around, and everybody's safe on the infield single on the attempted sacrifice. That brings up bases loaded for Jordan Schneider. Talk about having a rough day so far. Jordan Schneider hasn't had the best one either, but hey, just like Thompson got a spot on base, why can't it be Schneider's turn? He's popped out and struck out. Bases loaded and nobody out. Time for him to perhaps get that first hit in the column in the region season. Infield playing in all the way around. Ball one taken. Third base and first base playing on the lines, and second and short were as well, but on this second pitch with no bunt being shown, they back up at double play depth. Ball gets past Hamblin and all the way to the backstop. That scores the runner, and Ryan Fisher comes home. Excuse me. Kendall Cummings comes home. Different blonde kid. To make it 6-1. Man, I'll tell you what. Looking down the line there, a couple years ago, Ryan Fisher would have been happy to be confused with Kendall Cummings. He's had a transformation on the diamond these last couple of years. Now leading the team in average and innings pitched. Schneider a swing and a miss. 2-2, the count. Runners on second and third with the wild throw, already putting one run in. Schneider strikes out, and there's one gone. Chris Perriman's 2 for 2 in the number 9 spot today. 5-run advantage and 2 men in scoring position. He has a triple. Wouldn't mind emptying the bags again here. Anderson delivers inside for a ball. Hit down the line, third base, into the left field. One run comes around, second one held up at third. 7-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Runners on the corner. Just after 6 o'clock here today, we've got a gentle breeze, beautiful summer day here in mid-June, and you can smell the hot dogs on the grill. If you got time, let's just let you know you still have plenty of time to make it down to Ross Kesterson Field for this, the opening day of Region season. We're already into the bottom of the fifth of a scheduled 7 in this first game. But there's a second coming up right after that. Ryan Fisher knocks it opposite into right field. Drives in another run. That scores Moyles. Runners on first and second, one gone, and 8-1 the tally on the Impact Physical Therapy board. So like we said, it's a beautiful day for the ballpark, and got the hot dogs out there, and that smell's getting to me, making me want to go down and grab one myself. Reed Gross at the plate, takes ball one. Takes strike. 1-1 count with one out. And don't want to curse anything here or say anything because we had a similar situation against Green River, but at this position in the game, Reed Gross does represent the winning run. 10-run rule in effect at 5. Swing and a knockout to left field. And out number 2. Fielded by Destry Stevenson, and it was a shallow one, no room for any advance. Runners stay at first and second base, and look who it is, the power hitter on the year, 3 home runs on the season. Seth Lloyd to the plate. Taking some big cuts as he steps into the left-handed batter's box. Number 24, runner takes off for second and third base. Both are safe on no throw. Chris Perriman got about as good of a jump as you ever could. And by the time Anderson had the ball out of his hands, Perriman was almost already standing at third base. Count is 1-1. The pitch. Outside and a ball. Popped out of Gunnar Hamblin's glove, but fell in front of him. Runners stay where they are. The pitch from Anderson, low. Ball 3. A 3-1 count to Lloyd. See where Anderson goes, and with an open base and 2 outs, you may just want to pitch around Lloyd. See what he does, and goes low and for a ball. That's what the opting was for. Load it up, bring up Gus Allred. Gunnar Hamblin takes a pitching conference. Run up from the home plate to the pitcher's mound of Anderson. The bases are loaded. Allred at the plate. Lloyd at first, representing the winning run, which would make it 11-1. And, of course, a bases emptying hit here would be a walk-off. Ball 1 to Allred. Strike on a 1-1. Wind up from Anderson. Down low for a ball. Small lead at all the bases. 2-1 count. Allred pops it out to right field. Drops in front of Sains. One runs in. A second by Fisher is safe. Lloyd stays at second base. It is 10-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And the Outlaws lead by 9. So Kendall Cummings to the plate. And another chance for what we said would be a walk-off by 10-run rule. Walk-off, the term, it's 30 years old in the baseball lexicon. Of course, refers to the ability of after a hit you can walk off the field because, well, you've won the game, but also has a little bit more of a history of walking with that. It was actually coined in Game 1 of the 1988 World Series between the Dodgers and the Oakland Athletics when Dennis Eckersley gave up a home run to the hobbled Kirk Gibson, the famous I don't believe what I just saw home run. That the Dodgers then went on to win the World Series in 5 games over the Athletics. Kirk Gibson was not in the game. He was called in as a pinch hitter, had to just hobble his way to the plate. And then on his way after hitting the home run, here we go, out towards first base. Bring around Seth Lloyd. This could be the game. The throw home from Sains is not in time, and the Outlaws win it 11-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. That's 5 innings, and that's the game. So that allows us to then finish that story, but we'll wait to do that. The Outlaws, with a hit, have won the game in 10-run fashion. They score 5, make it 6 in the 5th inning, and walk it off 11-1 in the final at the end of this first game. We'll take a break, close things out, and then move on, keep it on the same stream here, but move it on to the second game. Set you up for that next on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
(11-1) the final on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard, and we've got a little bit of problem with the stats here, adding up correctly. Yeah, I don't think that's right. It says it's 8 hits, but I think it's more than that. See if we can go back here and get that for the Evanston Outlaws. But we were referencing that walk-off hit to close out the game. A little single there and scored Seth Lloyd, and the throw was really nowhere near in time as Seth Lloyd was able to stand up and tap the home plate with his right foot after nearly getting that 10-run rule himself. He drove in a couple to make it a 9-run lead. Let's see if we've got anything more here. on those hits. Doesn't look like we do. There's a little bit of problem with that game changer, though. So I've got 8 hits tentatively, but yeah, maybe about right. The Outlaws doing well today and getting the 11-1 win. Just the first of a couple of games that we have scheduled today for the Outlaws. I was told 20 to 30 minutes from now we will be playing our second game. 6:14 p.m. right now, so look at between 6:30 and 6:45 the start of game number 2. So bump that scheduled time up from 7:30 about 45 minutes at least to get ready for that one. Ryan Steinekert will be on the call for that. I'll join him for a little bit on this broadcast here, but for now, 11-1 the final on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. We'll leave it right there and move on. Keep it right here on the stream. We'll keep the stream going, but on the radio, you'll go back to music. On the stream, you don't need to switch anything. We'll just kind of call it back up. We'll start going live, so leave it up, and when you hear us talking again, that means the game's about to get going one more time. 11-1 the final. Evanston moves to 1-0 on the AA West side of things in the region. Rock Springs down to 0-1, but they can split or take a 2-run advantage next on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Thanks to Preston back in the studio, keeping us on the air. Send it back to music, and we'll see you back for Game 2 in about a half hour.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Ross Kesterson Field. Ryan Steinekert here with Jake Hibbard as the Outlaws start Game 2 of this doubleheader in Double A West Conference play. It's the Outlaws and the Rock Springs Sandpuppies. And Jake, that first game, a Evanston blowout.
Well, it didn't really seem that way. It didn't really feel that way as we're getting ready for the leadoff hitter in Destry Stevenson for Rock Springs. They were in the game a lot of the ways. Their sticks were working to a minor level. Evanston wasn't really knocking the cover off. The Caden Anderson came in the 5th inning and gave up 6 runs. A couple of them earned, really a couple of errors continued that game. And that was really kind of the difference. Early on in the first inning, Evanston got their first 2 men on and then had runners at second and third, and Seth Lloyd hit a deep ball out to center field. They thought it was going to go over Wyatt Martinez. Ended up being a double play, so that kind of slowed off the offense initially, but in the end, Evanston wins by 10.
Seth Lloyd on the mound for the Outlaws delivers strike 1 to Destry Stevenson. Hitting right, Lloyd, of course, throws right. We see him hit left, a high inside, a little bit of chin music. Stevenson backs off for ball 1. Outlaws will set the defensive lineup for you. Seth Lloyd on the mound, Anthony Tibbetts behind the dish, and Stevenson a little off the edge of the end of the bat, right back to Lloyd, little bloop pop-up, and we've got 1 down. Easy play.
I don't know what it is, but there has been a lot of play to the pitcher's mound today. I'd say probably half a dozen balls in that first game ended up being outs on just little dribblers or pop-ups right to the pitcher's mound.
Brings Caden Anderson to the plate. Anderson will be at short in this second game. Takes ball 1 high and inside. And this may be a challenge to get lineup set with Seth Lloyd, the pace he likes to work at on the mound. He works quickly. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Well, go ahead. Schneider at third, Reed Gross at short. You got second base, Brendan Thompson, and first base, Gus Allred. Out in left field, Ryan Fisher. Center field, Chris Perriman. Here's the pitch.
Off-speed offering, drops in, strike 2.
And at right field, what do we got out there? We got the other guy.
Kendall Cummings.
Kendall Cummings. We got the other guy.
The other guy.
Anthony Tibbetts behind the dish.
Lloyd's pitch, high and just in. Ball 2, even count for Caden Anderson. On deck, Drew Grossnickel, the left fielder, and then first baseman DeAndre Ricks will bat cleanup. Lloyd misses low, ball 3, full count. Beautiful afternoon, evening, I guess now. It's almost 7 o'clock as Lloyd winds and delivers the full count pitch. Back up the middle, fly ball to center field. Perriman ranges right, makes the catch, 2 down.
Got a good read off Chris Perriman. And, oh, man, it was about the 4th inning came around, and they had that grill going at full blast. The smoke was coming up here. It smelled like baseball. Like I said in the first broadcast, we're 3 days away from the longest day of the year. It is summertime. Great day out here. If you still got plenty of time, we got a whole nother game at Ross Kesterson Field to get the family out. Cheap hot dogs, cheap thrills, free admission here at Ross Kesterson.
Drew Grossnickel, the right-handed hitter, takes ball 1 low and away from Lloyd. I got a double cheeseburger sitting here. I was hoping that we'd have a little more time between games. I could enjoy a juicy burger. They're grilling up fresh. Lloyd misses ball 2 inside.
Never enough time between double headers for a broadcast.
No.
Or the players out there.
Strike 1 on the inside corner. Grossnickel turned away from it, but catches the corner. He steps back in. Lloyd winds, delivers, and same look, different result, ball 3 inside.
Had some issues with Game Changer early on, so if you were following the game a long line, like I know some of you like to do, is you have the broadcast and then you have that scorebook right up with, and that's what I always have. That's what we keep our official stats with. And you might have been a little confused as things were getting deleted. Trust me, you weren't alone. We're hoping that it's all working good again for this second contest.
Grossnickel fouls 1 straight back. We have a full count. Strike 3 outside corner. Catches him looking for strike 3 and the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Bottom of first coming up. The Outlaws will be at the bat when we return on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com. The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Back at Outlaws Field, Brian Steinkert here with Jake Hibbard, and the Outlaws with a good pitching performance in the top of the first. Seth Lloyd comes up, takes the mound, and puts the Rock Springs Sandpuppies down 1-2-3. A pop out to the pitcher, fly out to center, and a strikeout looking. Outlaws will have Ryan Fisher leading off, Reed Gross batting second, Seth Lloyd third, Gus Allred batting cleanup. If we get there, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are Kendall Cummings, Brendan Thompson, Anthony Tibbetts, Jordan Schneider, and Chris Perriman.
Ryan Fisher batting leadoff for maybe the first time ever in an Outlaws uniform. He did pretty good. A single, a walk, a double. He was on base every time he was out there at the plate. And seeing the ball well, we mentioned, have a little bit of a thin lineup. Number 2 hitter Jagger Mitchell's out. Casey Perriman's been big in the 5 spot. He's out as well, both at Mesa. So the Outlaws contracted a little bit, tightened up that top of the lineup.
First pitch right back up the middle. Ryan Fisher with a laser line drive single.
And he stays on base just like he has all day long. Not knocking the cover off the ball. A lot of line drives, though. And we've seen one near home run in Gus Allred. And other than that, it's been a whole lot of line drive and not even too much knocking it over the back of the outfield. It's been both sides just station to station running. Couple doubles, couple triples here, but a whole lot of singles.
Reed Gross to the plate. He hits right. On the mound for the Sandpuppies, Destry Stevenson, a right-handed pitcher.
And we're happy Reed Gross is batting right. You remember that year he hit left.
Oh, yeah.
He's happy he's hitting right now, too. Left-handed hitting, he did it to stay in the lineup, but he will not be taking that switch hitter stance anytime soon again.
Gross comes into the day hitting .300, mostly as a leadoff hitter this season. Throw over to first, and Fisher back in easily safe.
Among qualified hitters, Ryan Fisher, the leader in on base and batting average. But when you look at his slugging percentage, it's hard to have a hitter like that at the top of the order. But it's worked so far today.
He takes his lead. Stevenson looks over, looks again, and delivers. And Reed laces one into right field. That loops in and drops in for a single. Back-to-back singles. The Outlaws have runners on first and second.
So like I said, get the contracted lineup, bring Seth Lloyd up third instead of fourth, and I don't mind this at all. You got 3 hitters like this with Fisher, Gross, and then Lloyd. And then with Allred, he's hitting the ball well, but you get no break to start a game off, and it really set the tone last game, minus that double play. See if it can do the same here.
Lloyd, of course, hits left and takes ball 1 down in the dirt. Destry Stevenson, as we mentioned, on the mound, his battery mate, number 8, Gunnar Hamlin, behind the dish. First base is DeAndre Ricks, number 9. Second base, number 10, Sean Murphy. At third is number 15, is it Dominic Gunyon?
Yep.
And shortstop is number 5, Caden Anderson. Seth Lloyd takes one low and in. Ball 2.
Gunyon pitched 4 innings pretty well, gave up 5 runs along the way, 3 of them earned by my count. So pretty good, but then Caden Anderson came into pitch. He's playing short this time.
Lloyd hits one into right field. He was able to wind up and hit that one well in the gap. Fisher around from second, scores sliding, but no play at the plate as DeAndre Ricks from first cuts off the throw. And Seth Lloyd with an RBI single. And the Outlaws are on top 1-0.
Just like that, you get a run in, just like Evanston got a run in at the top of the first, or the bottom of the first last game as well. Difference is, instead of getting a 2-out run, there's still no outs.
And that brings Gus Allred to the plate. Runners on the corners. Reed Gross advanced from first to third on that single by Lloyd. Seth inches out from first. Gross steps out away from third with the lead. Stevenson looks back at the runners, looks again, and whips it over to first. This gets away, and Reed Gross will score standing up. Seth Lloyd pops up and jogs down to second on the E1.
I was worried about how Evanston would come out getting a 6-run fifth inning. I think a lot of times it's hard to come right out of the gates or maybe the whole way through on a doubleheader and play at that same level that you did the first time around.
Well, they've come out at least with the sticks ready to go and already leading 2-0. Amana in scoring position, no outs, and cleanup hitter Gus Allred takes ball 1 low.
We've been doing this long enough that we've seen Evanston 10-run an opponent in the first half of a doubleheader in conference and then get 10-runned. So we've seen up and down games. So it's a good sign for Evanston faithful to see a 2-0 no-out lead in the first inning.
The 1-0 to Allred, misses high and out. Ball 2 from Stevenson. His pitch count not high so far. He's already on his 4th batter with just 8 pitches delivered. But, boy, the batters are seeing stuff they like. Fisher hit the first pitch that came across. There's Gus down the left field line. That one loops in. Lloyd gets the green light. He's rounding third and will score. Allred trying to stretch it to a double. The throw is in off second base. An easy stand-up RBI double for Gus Allred, and the Outlaws lead 3-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard.
You talked about seeing that pitch count not raised too high. In the situation of Destry, that's not a good thing because it means the hitters are liking everything that they see. 3 runs, no outs, got another man on. Uh-oh, we got trouble.
Runner in scoring position, Gus Allred. That RBI for Gus is 17th of the season. He takes his lead at second. Stevenson delivers, and this one hit right side through the gap by Kendall Cummings. That'll be a single for Cummings, picked up in right field, and runners stay just station to station. So Allred to third. Single, 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 double, single for the Outlaws, and Seth Lloyd saw 3 pitches. Gus Allred saw 3. Nobody else has seen more than 2 in Evanston hitters.
It's always hard to tell whether it's a situation of having a patient leash for a manager as opposed to maybe you don't have a lot of guys to go to, but Cole Marquez was extremely patient with his pitchers in that first game, giving up that loss with 6 runs to Caden Anderson in the 5th.
Brendan Thompson checks his swing, and it drops just in the strike zone.
It makes me wonder if he's hesitant to go to some arms. I don't know if he's had any injuries. I know Drew Grossnickles had success off and on with the Outlaws in the, I think, 6 years past, at least 5 years he's been playing with the Sandpuppies. Then it was when he started the Mustangs.
Thompson swings, hits one back, foul. It looked like a hit and run as Cummings was running from first.
And then you also have to consider, we haven't seen Rock Springs too much this year. This is an odd situation where, I don't know if have you covered a Rock Springs game? 1, I think,
no,
that they played on a Sunday?
Yeah, we didn't cover it,
yeah.
I don't think, but Evanston did beat Rock Springs. Thompson reaches out, loops one foul, and just out of reach of DeAndre Ricks at first.
Normally at this point in the season, you and I have combined seen Rock Springs 4 to 6 times at least. And that's just not the case this year, so Stevenson, we don't have access to their stats this year either. Maybe he's one of their top guys. You'd assume he's one of their top guys playing in the region. You could say you got to write him out, but you're in danger of dropping the first third of your conference games. You only get 6.
Swing and a miss for Thompson, and running to second, a double steal, coming safe in at second, and Gus Allred with the delay movement from third scores as well on the strikeout by Thompson.
And Tibbetts comes up to the plate, and you get that strikeout. Thompson's having a tough day at the plate. But, man, first 3 guys score. The tone's been set, and then make it a force. First 4 guys score for Evanston. If you're Rock Springs, from what I've seen from their hitting capabilities so far today.
Tibbetts pops one up toward first. Easy catch for DeAndre Ricks. 2 down. Still safe at second, Kendall Cummings.
And going off what I was saying, they're going to have a tough time getting back into this game, especially with Seth Lloyd. He looks good on the mound. Very limited sample size that first inning. He looks tough to hit.
And Seth, especially his experience, his knowledge, his just intelligence of the game, it is going to be tough for Rock Springs to hit anything. Down the third base line, strong chopper by Jordan Schneider. Foul.
Got to watch in this second game. The bottom of the order has been a little tough sledding for the Outlaws. Schneider, Thompson, they've had a rough go of it. Cummings hasn't made too much noise in the lineup. Chris Perriman, though, a single, a triple. He had a heck of a first game at batting .257 down towards the lower side of those Outlaws. He is finding his bat at the right time of the year.
Boy, that's great to hear because he struggled on Saturday against Pocatello. High fly ball, center field, shallow. This one may drop. No, Caden Anderson gets back from his shortstop position, backpedals and makes the catch. But Evanston does plenty of damage right off the bat. 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. It's 4-0 Evanston on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
Members of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union feel confident that our staff has your best interest in mind, confident that we acknowledge your financial needs, confident that we are always working hard to provide the best rates, best products, and the best service the industry can offer, and confident that we will always work with you to help achieve your financial goals. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today, tronavalley.com, member NCUA.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
There is no job too small or too big. You'll find what you need at the Lumberyard in Evanston. We carry over 25,000 products under one roof. If we don't have it, we can order everything you need to finish every project, large or small. The Lumberyard also delivers. Make sure you always check the Lumberyard first. Excellent prices, great customer service, and quality products. Now you can even shop online at thelumberyard.com. The Lumberyard, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
Lloyd takes the mound for a second inning of work, and against his first batter, or leadoff batter for this second inning, DeAndre Ricks, strike 1 on the outside lower corner of the plate. Lloyd winds and delivers, strike 2, outside half.
Ricks may have a little trouble against Lloyd right now, but he had a fine first game and moved up half his way up the lineup. He was in the 8th spot. It was one of the bigger bats for Rock Springs in that first game.
Moves to cleanup spot here. Checks his swing on a high fastball.
He was getting congratulations out on the bench as he strikes out there swinging, as it's ruled a strike swing there.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if he crossed the plane, but that's the ruling there on the first baseline. He hit a curveball for a single, and that's apparently a trouble spot for Rick. So he was getting congratulations post-game for his ability to get a hold of that one.
Second baseman Sean Murphy to the plate with 1 down and nobody on. Fish and Lloyd just misses outside. On deck, center fielder Wyatt Martinez. Lloyd winds and delivers. Fouled straight back over the screen, out of play. It was interesting in that in the first inning, both pitchers delivered 15 pitches, but what a difference. Seth Lloyd retired all 3 batters he faced, whereas Destry Stevenson allowed single, double, single, and 4 runs. Lloyd misses low. Good stop by Tibbetts.
Lloyd's a strikeout pitcher, and so his count gets up there, like you said. And the 3 batters, you can get an average of 5 pitches per.
Outside corner, strike 2. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down. Outlaws on top, 4-0 in the top half of the second inning. The Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Lloyd misses down in the dirt. Tibbetts lunges out and keeps it in front.
Talk about a late release there. Not that we've had any base runners yet, but if we get there for the Outlaws, I'm interested to see how Tibbetts played with them. I think that's the next step in his game to make.
Loop to shortstop, and Reed Gross leaps at the last second, makes the catch. 2 down.
His mom was a ultimate Frisbee player back in her college days out east, Reed Gross's mother, Pam. And that looked like the old Frisbee catch out in the end zone. You got to wait for it. It's going to settle, and he was patient there. And I think his Frisbee background came in handy on that play.
Brings Wyatt Martinez, center fielder, to the plate and takes ball 1 just a bit high. That ball looked like it was going to carry past Gross, but he read it perfectly. Timed that jump well, as you said.
I'm telling you, that's the Frisbee play.
Ball 2 just misses inside to Martinez. On deck, the catcher, Gunnar Hamblin, if we get there. And with 3 straight pitches off the plate, ball 3.
Like I was saying, though, I'm interested to see if we get base runners, how Tibbetts is going to play with base runners on, particularly blocking the ball.
A 4-pitch walk for Wyatt Martinez. Lloyd just missing his spot a couple of times. Brings Gunnar Hamlin to the plate. Hamlin hits right. Lloyd pitches right. Short lead for Martinez at first, but he takes off, headed for second. Tibbetts, nice throw, but just off the bag toward the third base side, and Martinez in safe with a steal.
Not a bad throw. Good jump. Almost had a big mistake there as he was getting his gear back on as the ball went over the head of Seth Lloyd, and we've seen that this year where, oh man, a ball fails to get to the pitcher's mound and it's given up an extra base. Not that time, but we've seen it.
Martinez takes his lead at second, and Lloyd delivers ball.
I don't think Seth Lloyd has the velocity of Randy Johnson, but there is a gull flying around that looks like it may want to test his velocity. They've been flying close to the pitcher's mound today.
Strike high in the zone. Puts the count at, I believe, 2-1. Lloyd, inside corner, strike 2, hits his spot. We're even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. Outlaws up 4-0. Lloyd looks back to second. Back to home and catches the outside corner. And for the second straight inning, strikes out the final man he faces looking. Gunnar Hamlin goes down without the bat leaving the shoulder. So after an inning and a half, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. It's Evanston 4. Rock Springs nothing on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Single, 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 double, single. That's how the Outlaws started in their home half of the first inning. Bottom of the second coming up. Outlaws lead 4-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard.
And take a look out there. Is that Caden Anderson again, or no? We got a new pitcher.
Oh, is that not Destry Stevenson?
Oh, excuse me, Destry. Yeah, I was thinking Caden finished the last game. Caden's out at short. Yeah, we do have Destry out for a second. I wouldn't have blamed him if they did pull the leash. 4 runs in that first inning, and I think it could have been a lot worse. They're seeing the ball out of his hand really well today, and I think it could be we'll see if he can settle down in the second, but it could be a bandbox all of a sudden.
Yeah, and you talk about the chess match, and especially when you get to these conference games. I mean, we saw Evanston lose 13-1 to Pocatello on Saturday, and that was all in the name of Coach Lloyd knowing, I got to save my best pitchers for today's doubleheader in conference play, and we saw a good game from Ryan Fisher in Game 1, allowing 1 run, and so far Seth Lloyd keeping Rock Springs in check. Stevenson delivers to Chris Perriman inside and up high.
And when you got a guy like Perriman hitting the ball as well as he has, that spells trouble for the Sandpuppies because you figure the top half of the Outlaws lineup is going to be heavy, and then it's going to taper off quite a bit. But that's not been the case, at least not with Perriman today. You don't expect the sort of production that Gus Allred's given you. You're missing your number 2 and your number 5 hitter, and you're getting production out of Allred like that. And Perriman, that's what you need in a game like this.
Perriman chops one foul down the third baseline. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Stevenson delivers off speed, and Perriman chases, just gets a piece of it off the end of the bat. Foul.
You mentioned Jagger Mitchell. He's the leader on the team in doubles for the season, has 9 on the year out of his 17 hits, and also a .371 hitter on top of that.
Gunyon at third, playing in tight as Perriman lets one go down in the dirt from Stevenson. Count even. Perriman leading off. He's the number 9 hitter. We'll turn the lineup back over to the top of the lineup and have Ryan Fisher up next. Perriman takes ball 3 in and up. Full count.
He's seeing the ball well. I'm not saying that's going to happen when you play post 6, but he is playing a big game in these important region contests.
Loops one toward first. This one foul, and Ricks can't quite get to it from first. That would have been an incredible play to get there. And Perriman will do it all over again.
And I think when you start the game off with a triple like he did in a doubleheader, you see patience out of Chris that I haven't seen maybe ever. I think that loosens you up a little bit, and you say, all right, I don't got to worry about getting my hit. I've gotten 2 already.
Right. And the confidence level. He loops one into left field, and this one's in no man's land, drops in there. Anderson from short gets there. Perriman heading for second, and he's in trouble, but the throw gets underneath the legs of Sean Murphy. Perriman thinks about going for third, but decides to play it safe and stays at second with a double.
That is a single and a E4 to second, because that was a mistake by Perriman where we mentioned he's a fast guy back in the broadcast. He uses his legs well, but in that time he had a little too much confidence. You don't take a Texas leaguer for a double and you're not playing against a shift like that. That's a right-handed hitter. That left fielder's right out there. It was a mistake and a good break on the air for the second baseman, Sean Murphy.
Stevenson's breaking ball down in the dirt to Fisher. And I think Stevenson just hasn't quite found his groove yet. A big part of that may be that the Outlaws are hitting everything hittable.
He's running out of time to find his groove.
Man on second. There's Chris Perriman, singled and reached second base on the error. Ryan Fisher at the plate. Outlaws leadoff hitter back at the top of the lineup. Reed Gross on deck as Stevenson delivers. Fisher, sharp ground ball to third. Gunyon fields it at the belt-high hop. Looks Perriman back to second, throws to first, and gets the out.
Well, that's one of the few times Ryan Fisher's bat has not found an opening today, and really one of the few times he's kept it in the infield. Like I said, there hasn't been a whole lot of playing it over the outfielders, but there's been a whole lot of line drives over the head of the infield or into gaps. It's been a lot of unfortunate hitting spots for Rock Springs today. Evanston's been hitting them where they're not.
So one down as Reed Gross comes to the plate and takes ball 1 down low. Gets away from Hamlin. It was right at his feet. He looked behind him, and that allowed Perriman to take third. Also ball 1 for Gross. Grossnickel in left, playing straight behind shortstop. There's a big line, or a big gap down that third base line. Gross, ball 2 down in the dirt. Perriman on third, takes his lead. Stevenson delivers low and out, ball 3 to Gross, who singled and scored in the first.
You got the first and third base playing on the line, trying to hold Perriman with 1 out on any ground ball, but that leaves a whole lot of outfield space.
A 4-pitch walk, Reed Gross on base. Ricks with a quick visit to the mound to talk with Stevenson.
See Hamblin giving instructions on the shift as we moved from a right-handed hitter out to a left. Comes out and has the outfield shift, but really about all that means is there's a big gap in right center field. Now finally Wyatt Martinez takes a walk over, but as far as left goes, they were already shifted pretty far to the right for some reason or another on back-to-back right-handed hitters.
Gross headed for second, and Lloyd hits one into left. Grossnickel throws for third, but Gross dives in safe. Perriman scores on the single by Seth Lloyd, his second RBI of the day.
Got that one mound visit already, not an official. Well, it's an official mound visit, but not one with the manager. And I'm just waiting for it. You see Cole Marquez sitting down there. He looks cool as a cucumber right now, down 5-0. I think he's got to be thinking this is our best shot, regardless of how well the Outlaws are seeing the ball. But sometimes your best pitcher isn't your best pitcher in a certain matchup, and I think that's the case with the Outlaws.
Down in the dirt to Allred.
I think about sometimes where, going back a few years, where Braden McDonald or Ian Fisher playing Green River, they just played them too many times.
Yeah.
And sometimes Alex Richens was a better look. Sometimes Bo Lloyd was a better look against them because they just didn't have the same sort of sample size or just familiarity.
You remember Bo Lloyd coming in with that little hitch of his delivery, and it just threw those Green River players off because it was different.
Mm-hmm.
Gus swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And these Outlaws look like they are awful familiar with whatever Destry Stevenson is offering, which is interesting because you got a lot of first-year Outlaws at the full-time level, at least 3 or 4 here playing in this game, and they've only played once this season.
Lloyd at first, Gross at third. Runners on the corners with 1 down. Evanston leading 5-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Gus Allred swings and misses. A couple of kind of hesitant or non-committal swings from Gus in this at-bat.
Mentioned in that first game, something necessary that has happened as we've moved to a B and a C team is the extra involvement from the kids out of town in Kemmer and the Bridger Valley. Gus Allred, one of those.
The 1-2 gets Gus in the back. He was down 1 ball, 2 strikes, but he's hit by the pitch. That loads the bases. As Gross is at third, Lloyd moves to second, Allred at first. And here's a mound visit from Coach Marquez.
I'd be shocked if this was not it. You got to say this is not your day.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to that Valley Kemmer thing, I think especially on the Kemmer side, we've always had a few Valley kids, but maybe not making the impact that they are this year as in years past where it was like, well, we got one at the B level or at the C level. You're competing at Double-A, and look at this roster. Look at that dugout down the line. It's hard to see, but you can see them as they come out. We've got bench players.
Yeah.
And that's a necessary thing as you move from Single-A to Double-A that just hasn't been there in years past, and it's a encouraging thing that you have 2 very crucial players gone out of the Evanston lineup, and you've still got a full bench down the line for the Outlaws that you can add on. And, come Double-A time, are they the most experienced? No, but they're going to have Double-A experience. And you have options at least, and that wouldn't happen without Kemmer and Lyman and Mountain View getting involved in this Outlaws program.
Gross making some noise at third. Cummings swings and misses strike 1 from Stevenson. Bases loaded, 1 out. Evanston leads 5-0, inning number 2, the home half, on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Stevenson delivers. Breaking ball just misses out. Ricks and Gunyon in tight at the corners, first and third, respectively. Ricks takes another step in, and Cummings takes strike 2 on the outside corner.
And I guess they're giving Stevenson that one last look, but I tell you what, even if it's a single over the head, I say this should be it, and you got to go somewhere. You got to go somewhere else.
Cummings singled in his last at bat and hits one hard down the left field line, but well out of play, foul over the fence.
It was a classic curveball setup there where you try to wait. It was just a little out in front. Got contact, but he got caught just, I can't wait any longer, and was just that far out ahead of the curveball.
1-2, grounded to short. Anderson throws to third, gets a runner there. Gross scores. And Cummings is safe at first on a fielder's choice.
Get the out. Not the worst thing there is you have the bobbled play by Anderson. He's lucky there was a play at third because that's the way his body was already moving.
So Gross scores to make it 6-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Seth Lloyd thrown out at third, Allred at second, and Cummings at first.
Count that as the old ground out RBI, although he's standing on base, the fielder's choice.
Breaking ball in the dirt to Thompson, who struck out swinging in the first.
A couple times that ball's bounced in front of the dirt there for Destry. It almost looks like he's efforting like that. He's kind of telegraphing that curveball with how much he's efforting to get the ball out.
Winds, and there it is again, down in the dirt. And Gus takes off for third. Slide diving into second. Safe is Cummings. Outlaws taking advantage of a loose ball and advance in the base paths. Thompson, meanwhile, up in the count. 2 balls, no strikes with 2 outs. In the home half of the second. Thompson hitting .313 this season coming into today's games. Little dribbler to the left side. Stevenson slides down, throws for home. Is already safe past, and Thompson is on first with Cummings at third.
And if he's out there, I'm putting it on the guys in the dugout, not saying anything like get down, because that was very close on something that you don't expect. You think you're in safely, and then the pitcher goes down to the ground, has one play, which is not a force out, and that was closer than it should have been going home.
Makes it 7-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Coach Marquez comes out, doesn't make a mound visit. A little gathering of the infield and maybe just some strategizing about what to do if Thompson tries to take second.
Well, if he makes the mound visit, it's the mandatory switch, which it's 7-0. You got two men on. Well, you got one out? You can't see that board.
Two outs.
2 outs. You did finally get 2 outs. You're hoping maybe to get through the second, but I don't know how you bring him in on the third. It's just not his day.
Tibbetts swings and misses at a high fastball. Strike one. Not even through 2 innings, and Stevenson is at 45 pitches. You can see that on your Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Winds and delivers, misses down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. You can put that in for Thompson as an E1, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it put it as. I guess I should take a quick look there. I would say, yeah, it's an error.
Tibbetts chops it toward the third base dugout. A couple of individuals scramble out of the way. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Tibbetts with 2 outs and runners on the corners.
And, yeah, that is the official ruling on
error.
the E1. Yep.
Okay.
Tibbetts the 9th man up in the inning for Evanston. Or excuse me, eighth man.
Popped out to the pitcher in his first at bat. Loops one towards second. Should be an easy routine catch, and Sean Murphy makes it happen. But the Outlaws, again, put some more on the board. No hits this time. 1 hit. 2 runs on 1 hit. How many errors did we have, Jake? 2?
I had a couple. Yep, I got 2 there.
And 2 runners left on base. It's 7-0. I said 2 runs, 3 runs in the inning. Outlaws lead 7-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. This is a First Bank presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and mylocalradio.com.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
In business since 1936, Ellingford Brothers started with 3 brothers building bridges across Wyoming. Over the years, the company has expanded into different aspects tied to construction, including ready-mix, steel fabrication, heavy hauling, hotshot services, and crushers. Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. When it comes to all things construction, come to Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming. Call today, 307-789-1515.
7-0. Outlaws have jumped out to a big lead, and a big part of that is Evanston taking advantage of some errors, plus scattering hits, being efficient on the base paths, and
part of that's also been fortunate because they've made some mistakes on the base paths, but none of the balls have hit. The Gunnar Hamblin threw out a runner in the first game. He missed just on a good throw, but just a little bit off to the left that would have gotten a base steal, would have caught someone stealing. Chris Perriman should have been caught after trying to stretch that single into a double, but the ball went through Sean Murphy's hands. But they've hit the ball excellent. You can't take anything away from what they've done offensively.
Seeing the ball well, putting it in play. Lloyd misses low to Bobby Sains, right fielder. Number 8 hitter in the lineup. Sains pops one down the third base line, out of play into the bullpen, where we have a Rock Springs Sandpuppy over there warming up.
Didn't bring my binoculars, but
Number 4.
I got see who we got there. It's Wyatt Martinez. And that takes I'd probably put Drew Grossnickel out in center field by my guess. Wyatt Martinez usually the center fielder. Grossnickel kind of a backup. He actually DH'd.
Grounder to second. Thompson scoops, throws one down.
Actually DH'd in the first game. Grossnickel did. So he's fresh, got fresh legs out there, fresher than anyone else, and maybe that was the plan, that you DH Grossnickel, and then if you need to go to Martinez as a pitcher, then you can put Grossnickel out there in center.
Brings us to Dominic Gunyon, the third baseman, number 15, hits right, and takes strike one right down the pipe.
And Gunyon did not bat. He was the pitcher, so this is his first at-bat of the day.
Dribbles one back to the mound. Lloyd swipes at it, misses. Thompson charges, fires, and is just late.
And the got off the glove of Seth Lloyd, and that took just enough off where it would have been a tough play for Brendan Thompson to make either way. Lloyd couldn't quite get to the ball. I'd probably rule that an infield single. We'll see where Coach Mitchell goes with the official ruling.
Puts a man on first. Back to the top of the lineup. Destry Stevenson flew out to the pitcher in his first at bat. Straight back to the backstop. Foul ball.
That's the ruling. It is an infield single, and I think that's the right call. It was a tough field, and for Lloyd, you kind of had to go for it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that he missed or screwed up the play. It was kind of right in the middle of no man's land on the infield.
Stevenson from the right hand of the right side of the plate, and Lloyd whips one over.
Deceptive little sidearm pickoff attempt.
It's a quick move, and Gunyon with a short lead at first. Makes it a little shorter. Gunyon heading for second. Tibbetts throws. The throw out in front of the bag. It was actually a good spot, but just Thompson couldn't field it off the hop.
Tibbetts took a little too long getting the ball out of his hand there, and that's where you almost have to eat it because it's a good jump by Gunyon. And by the time he gets out of the crouch, he actually takes the ball and cocks it back. And as a catcher, you can't do that. You've got to have the ball up. If you're going to cock back, it's got to be as you're jumping out of the position. And that was just, like I said, it's just the development of his game. As you go up, once you've cocked the ball back, if you're standing up, you've already lost the runner, and you might as well eat it.
Lloyd delivers, and this one pops out of Tibbetts' glove. He thinks better of throwing it down to third. And so we have a runner on third, Dominic Gunyon, who singled. And stole, and go ahead.
And I think that is a little bit of a combination of one thing going on another. I think Tibbetts has that ball pop out of his hand because he's thinking about that last play, but in the end, a good decision not to go to third.
Grounder to short. Reed bobbles it, knocks it down, picks it up barehanded, throws to first, and gets the out. The run scores from third. And Destry Stevenson thrown out at first.
Good recovery by Gross after that bobble. Even without the bobble, you have no chance of getting the guy at home. You're not worried about that, especially not with a now 7-1 lead. But that was a strong throw by Gross. Looks like that shoulder reconstruction worked out pretty well for him.
Brings Caden Anderson to the plate. Shortstop, number 5, hits right. And fouls it straight back to the backstop. Flew out to center field in his first at bat. In the first inning. He's the number 2 hitter in the lineup. On deck, if we get there, Drew Grossnickel. Outlaw outfield shifted right a bit, especially in right field. Kendall Cummings really hugging the line in right. Chop foul down the third base line. Strike 2.
I think that means they've scouted Bobby Sains a little late to the baseball. And certainly not a power hitter. He's going to try and slap it.
Fisher playing straight out and left, and Perriman cheating just a bit toward right in center field. Strike 3 on the outside corner. That's for the third time in the game in 3 innings. Seth Lloyd strikes out gets the final out with a strikeout looking. His 4th strikeout of the day, and the Outlaws lead 7-1 as we head for the bottom half of the second on this First Bank of Evanston presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com. If you've struggled to get a vehicle because of some bumps in your credit, then come to the all-new Rocky Mountain Yeti Auto Group. We have over 20 different lenders ready to help you reestablish your credit with a quality new or pre-owned vehicle. Good credit, bad credit, bankruptcy? Let the new Rocky Mountain Yeti Auto Group try to help you. Call our credit hotline today and ask for Jeff or Dave to get pre-approved for your next vehicle. Call 307-789-3151 today. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven.
Superior Rental is Evanston's only full-service rental equipment store. We have what you need to get the job done. Backhoes, trenchers, excavators, air compressors, jackhammers, concrete tools, hammer drills, aerators, tillers, power rakes, forklifts, log splitters, tables and chairs, popcorn, snow cone, and cotton candy machines. Alright, you get the picture. You don't have to own when you can rent. From Superior Rental, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Wyatt Martinez in from center field to pitch. Destry Stevenson moves out to center. It's a straight switch for those two as the Outlaws bring Jordan Schneider, Chris Perriman, and then turn it back over to the top of the lineup with Ryan Fisher in the hole. Ball one to Schneider in his first pitch scene of this at bat. Martinez delivers, and Schneider fouls it straight back.
I'd like to see Schneider get his bat involved. It's been a tough day for him. And playing at third base and doing his best job out there, being moved into the infield again. Evanston has been scrambling all day, so he's been filling that spot defensively just fine. Just like to see him get something bat on ball here.
And he does so. High fly ball into left center. Should be high enough for Stevenson to make the catch, and he does from center field, one down.
He'll take the contact, but he's upset he got under that ball as much as he did. Just a little bit late. There was a big hole down that left field line, and I think that's where he was trying to drive it and just got a little bit off, a little bit under, ends up going left center.
Chris Perriman singled and reached second on a throwing error, so it looked like a double, and then he came around to score on Seth Lloyd's single, I believe. Wyatt Martinez misses low and away to Perriman.
I got 2-1 with Perriman. Show him patience again. He took a big cut on that first fastball, though. You have to kind of watch and see what Martinez's pitch repertoire is. It's mostly fastball changeup, or curveball rather.
High fly ball into deep left field. Grossnickel going back, and he won't get to it. Well, no, right off the bottom of the fence. It takes a funny hop off a post. Perriman round second. He's headed for third, and he'll get into third. Standing up, the throw a bit off target, and a triple for Chris Perriman.
For Chris Perriman, that is a legitimate, just like his last one was, this isn't crazy things happening on that extra base hit. Sure, it hits that pole, and that gets him from a double to a triple, but with his speed, I think he had a chance at three bases anyways. He is seeing the ball and hammering it like I have never seen. He came into the day with one triple on the season. He's got three, and it's just the third inning.
Wow. And he's on third with one out, and the Outlaws leading 7-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. And the top of the lineup with Ryan Fisher in the box.
And that's when you get, I think Billy Hamilton, the old center fielder, ton of speed for the Reds or wherever he's at now, if he's on the Giants or whatever it is. A ton of speed out in the field, great fielder, but always struggled to get that bat. But if you can ever get on the base pass, he's a danger to score, and that's what Chris Perriman's been. But it's great to see him get a hold of these balls and add to that slugging percentage.
Fisher swung and missed, then takes a ball high. He's 1 for 2, singled and scored in the first, grounder to third in the second. Third at bat here in the home half of the third inning. This one, he ducks underneath. It was up behind his head.
And again, I think Perriman now, he in his first at bat singled, so he's 2 for 2 in this game.
Fisher fooled by a curveball from Martinez, swings above it, strike two.
I need to go back and check, but I believe he was 2 for 3 with a walk in that first game, so he is almost added 50%.
Fisher into center field. Stevenson comes in, stops, and then takes another couple steps in, makes the catch, throws, it's cut off, and Perriman in safe standing up.
I think he's added about 50% to his hit total for the year. Came in with 9 hits, now has 13, and I love seeing that out of him, that he's always had the legs. That's a shallow center field knock that ends up going for a sacrifice fly for Ryan Fisher. And that's on the legs and the heads up. Just wait for that ball exactly. As soon as Chris took off for home, there was no question he was scoring, and scoring standing up.
Perriman came in with a 257 average before both of these games today. He might be close to 300 after the afternoon that he's had because of his limited time from the injury. Gross takes ball 1 up high from Wyatt Martinez, who started the game in center field, came in to spell Destry Stevenson. Gross, chopper to third. It's booted by Dominic Gunyon, and Gross is safe at first on the E5. Yeah, E5. I was going to say maybe E6, but no, it was Gunyon coming over from third.
Yeah, everything's compiling for Rock Springs. It's been a long day. It's beautiful outside, but they're sick of playing baseball right now with how these games have gone.
Seth Lloyd to the plate. 2 for 2, a couple of RBI singles. He's scored once as well as a runner on first with 2 outs. And Evanston leading by 7 runs, 8-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Ball 1 up high.
You mentioned it. He's actually over. He's
laser into right field. Seth Lloyd saw that well. That'll be his 3rd single of the day. Gross rounding second, takes third, standing up. Runners on the corners.
Chris Perriman now batting .316 on the season.
Wow.
So he's jumped up, like you said, limited time this year. Jumped up about 30 points.
It's so good to see him back. I remember, was it about a month ago, I'd heard he was in practice, broke a vertebrae or something, was it, Jake? And there was question marks about what kind of an injury that would be. But, look, boy, him coming back this quickly and see him coming around in these 2 games, it's fantastic. Gus Allred at the plate, takes ball 1 high and away.
We talked about last at-bat, Gus Allred coming out of the Valley and the contribution to guys from the adjacent side. A kid who's not in the lineup this game but performed well. Clayton Moyles making his Outlaws region debut in the first game. He was big in playing that bottom third of the order. He went 2 of 3 in the game and had a single and a double and 2 runs scored. So, like we said, that adjacent to Evanston addition.
Allred takes ball 2. Outfield shaded right. There's a big gap down the left field line and a good gap in left center, as Destry Stevenson is almost playing in right center field. Martinez delivers. Gus just slaps it down to third base. Good play by Gunyon. Long throw gets the out, and that ends the 3rd inning. Evanston with 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left aboard. It's 8-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard here on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM-certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Drew Grossnickel at the plate, number 3 hitter in this Sandpuppies lineup. Struck out looking in the first. And high fly ball into left center field, shallow. Perriman comes up, jogs over, almost looked lazily, and makes an easy catch.
And talking about Chris Perriman, I stand corrected. Going back and looking, Perriman's perfect on the day. He's 5 for 5 combined.
really?
He actually went 3 for 3 last game, so his average is going to be creeping into the 330s by the end of this contest if he keeps that up. Going back to that last game, Evanston had 25 at-bats, 14 hits in all. That's a 560 batting average for a game, and that includes a 1.367 OPS. That's not something you ever see from a whole team with how they performed in that game. 560 batting average.
Rick swings and misses. He struck out swinging in the second. Outlaws, you've said it a few times today, Jake. They're just seeing the ball well.
Oh, yeah.
Lloyd misses down low to Ricks.
And they're seeing the ball better this game than they were that last game, and they hit over 500 in it.
Is this Ricks at the plate, Jake?
That's no, that is not Ricks. That
22?
is that is Dylan Schultz. They're not too easy to confuse, but
No.
two different looking players out there.
So Dylan Schultz takes one inside, ball 2, 1 strike, 1 down. Lloyd winds, delivers, and gets the outside half of the plate, strike 2. Schultz hits right, swings, and a high chopper to short. Easy play for Reed Gross, 2 down.
Gross has done well at shortstop. There hasn't really been a defensive drop-off with Seth Lloyd on the mound, which has always been a concern. When you take him, put him on the mound, what do you lose at the 6th spot? And Gross has done pretty good today. He's had a bobble here and there, but he's had a great catch. That one he waited on, he ended up getting an out on that bobble, and that was just a routine play that he fielded well and made look quite routine.
Sean Murphy to the plate. Second baseman, number 10, hits right. Strike 1. High in the zone from Lloyd. Two down. Evanston leading 8-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Lloyd winds. It's flied to center field. Perriman coming in. Got a good jump. Makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Bottom of the 4th coming up when we return on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
There's an easy way to get a 10-day free pass to Flex Fitness. Log on to the Evanston sports pages at mylocalradio.com and click on the Flex Fitness logo. This is Ben Carden, owner of Flex Fitness in Evanston. When you click on the Flex Fitness logo displayed on the Evanston sports pages at mylocalradio.com, we'll give you a 10-day free pass to work out here at Flex Fitness. Log on right now and get your 10-day free pass to Flex Fitness. Click on Flex Fitness on the Evanston sports pages at mylocalradio.com and come check us out.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock, stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Four runs in the first. Evanston jumped out to a big lead. 3 more in the second, another in the third. It's the bottom of the 4th, and Evanston leads 8-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. 1-0 in the conference already, and Evanston well on their way to a 2-0 start in AA West play. That's a big deal. With you mentioned it earlier again, Jake, that they played just 6 conference games, each one crucial.
I believe they split against Rock Springs last year, didn't they, too?
I think so. Well, they went 4-2.
Yeah,
in the conference.
In conference?
Yeah.
They went 4-2 in the conference. So
Evanston did, yeah.
So that would mean they swept Jackson and swept Rock Springs. I don't think that's right. I think they went 2-4.
I've got 4-2 last year, and then I think didn't they finish second?
No, they finished
but
last.
Then they had to have a coin toss and took third or something.
Maybe, but 4-2 that would have meant they swept at least 2 teams because they'd lost both to Casper.
They were swept by Casper?
Yeah.
Well, Kendall Cummings at the plate. Has 2 balls. Wyatt Martinez on the mound. He throws right. Chops one down the third baseline foul.
Did the math over the break. They're actually hitting worse this game than last game, despite the run total. They're hitting a mere 472. Compared to a 560 average last game. That already through 19 at-bats, though, and last game just 24 total.
Cummings high, chopper to third. Gunyon goes over, fields it high right in front of his face, throws to first, and gets the out. Brings Brendan Thompson to the plate with one out. Reached on an error in the second and struck out swinging in the first. Bottom of the fourth, Evanston leads 8-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard.
Thompson still looking for that base knock this game. He got one in his final at-bat last contest.
Ball one to Thompson. He hits right, takes ball two, low and away from Martinez. So I've got on my schedule for last year that Evanston split with Casper, won the first game 5-4, and then lost 9-5.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was doing those games. Yeah, you're right.
And then
we were not at the Jackson games.
Swept Rock Springs, and we did not because we were covering the Wyoming Coaches Association All-Stars.
Then they split with Jackson?
Split with Jackson.
All right.
4-pitch walk. Brendan Thompson is on first. Makes a slow jog over there to the bag, and that brings Anthony Tibbetts to the plate.
And played Gillette, I guess. Yeah, they got the third spot. Played Gillette. Would have been the second team from the East in the first round, and that game got away from them a little bit, but next day really got away from them against Laramie. That was a game that was over early. And actually, Evanston started off very well. They got a couple runs in that first inning, thought, here we go, and then they gave up 12-13 in the bottom half.
17-6 was the final score to eliminate Evanston from the state tournament last year against Laramie. Tibbetts gets good contact but fouls it down the third baseline. He's down 0-2.
Just a little bit ahead of that ball. And that was Seth Lloyd on the mound in that Laramie game, too. And it was kind of the similar situation of that you got your guy out there, but it just wasn't his day or that team saw him too well.
Tibbetts loops one toward first, and Schultz goes for the stab. He doesn't get it, and Tibbetts gets to first. Thompson moves to second.
You ever hit a cue ball playing pool real low? Ever do that, Ryan?
And it pops up?
No, when you hit it low, it gets that backspin on it.
Yeah,
And that's what that baseball had there. He got under that ball just like getting English on a cue ball, trying to keep it out of the back pocket when you're burying the 8-ball. And that was disaster for Schultz as he tried to field it.
Brings Jordan Schneider to the plate, third baseman. He's 0 for 2. Flew out to was it left and popped out to short?
Yes, it was out to shallow. You talk about Schneider here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was caught by the shortstop, but, yeah, shallow out there and then out to center on the second at-bat.
1 ball, 1 strike. Martinez delivers, and Schneider chops it towards second. Double play opportunity. No, hit well, way too slow. They'll get Tibbetts at second. Thompson moves to third, and Schneider safe at first on the fielder's choice.
Well, Schneider, I think you said too slow, and Tibbetts is the force out. He was almost safe there with how slow the ball was moving. You only had to throw it about 8-9 feet to get it to second base.
Chris Perriman to the plate, tripled and scored in the third, singled and scored in the second.
And he had 2 singles and a triple in the first game of this doubleheader.
Reaches out and chops one back to the pitcher. Martinez gathers it, throws to first, and gets the out. So Evanston with no runs for the first time in this game. They don't score a run in their half of the inning. On 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. It's 8-1. Evanston leads on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Top of the 5th coming up when we return on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
When it comes to shopping online, you definitely want to put thelumberyard.com on your list of favorites. You'll save time and money by visiting thelumberyard.com first. You'll find a huge selection of inventory to choose from. We've got everything you need for any of your home, yard, or shop projects. Get excellent prices and quick delivery when you shop at thelumberyard.com. We are part of the local community, plus we ship all over the United States. Log on today to see what all the excitement is about.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
The first school in Evanston opened in 1870 with 8 students. Since the very beginning, excellence in education has been the goal. Dedicated teachers and staff, board members, and community members have focused on student learning. The Uintah County School District No. 1 has graduated many young men and women who have gone on to be successful, productive citizens, parents, and leaders around the world. Our heritage continues today. Uintah County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence. 8-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Evanston leads Rock Springs. The Outlaws took the first game. Was it 11-1, Jake?
Yeah, 11-1, and in good position to maybe get a similar finish today, up 8-1.
Lloyd takes the mound for his 5th inning of work, and he'll face first Wyatt Martinez, ball 1 high and in. Gunnar Hamblin and Bobby Sains, the 6, 7, 8 hitters, due up in this top half of the 5th. Swing and a miss, healthy cut. Martinez, strike 1.
You got a complete game in 5 innings out of Ryan Fisher if you could do the same thing with Seth Lloyd. He only threw 61 pitches in that entire game.
Off the end of the bat, or the handle, just dies in the infield. Martinez will run this out and beat it. Schneider and Gross both dropping or charging in, but hesitating. Didn't know where that ball would go.
Not much you can do, and I'm going to make another cross-sport analogy there. That's when you play some guy in his mid-50s, early 60s in a sport called racquetball, something you'd think would be an old man's game, but it's not. You wouldn't think it'd be an old man's game, but they've got shots like that. You got to play a guy who's still playing racquetball at that age. They're going to make it die on that little corner of the wall, just like that baseball did.
Gunnar Hamblin showing bunt, and then he pulls back. The pitch gets away from Tibbetts. Ball 1, and Martinez advances to second. Lloyd looks back at Martinez and delivers the 1-0. High pop-up. Second base side, Thompson settling and makes the catch.
Just a series of unfortunate events for Rock Springs right there. You get the break and getting a guy onto second, and then a good cut, but he was in the wrong spot on the ball. Again, it's been under, and that's credit to Seth Lloyd with how he's misdirecting the batters at the plate, but they just cannot get solid contact with runners in scoring position.
There's some solid contact to center field, but right at Perriman, and he almost misplayed it. Came in a little too far, had to reach high. Throws to second. Hamblin back, or Martinez back in safe, 2 down.
Well, I think he knew what he was doing, and he was seeing how far out Martinez was out at second base, thinking double play all the way.
Yeah. So Dominic Gunyon to the plate. He's got the lone base hit of the day, I think, for Rock Springs. Nope, 2 base hits. Martinez that single moments ago. Gunyon singled and scored in the 3rd, strike 1. 2 outs, runner on second, and Seth Lloyd at 61 pitches through 4 2/3. Martinez starts to head for third. Seth sees it coming and throws it over there. Martinez in a pickle. Lloyd chasing him down, throws for Allred. Gus gets the step. Martinez slipped, and there's out number 3. Lost track of, what's that? 5, 4, 1
was in there. 3 actually got the out. So it was Gus Allred getting the tag in with Seth Lloyd. You mentioned he's at 61 pitches, and then they get the pickoff. Maybe a bad omen for Rock Springs. That's where Ryan Fisher finished off his complete game through 5 innings, was right at 6 innings, or at 61 pitches. Bottom of the 5th coming up next. First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
Because of the many washers and dryers, it doesn't take long to get all your laundry done at Joe's Modern Cleaners and Laundromat in Evanston. Joe's offers an affordable wash and fold service. Plus, large bulky items like sleeping bags and bedspreads are no problem. Big machines clean big loads at Joe's, so whether you want to do it yourself or have someone else take care of it, get it all done at Joe's Modern Cleaners and Laundromat, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. So come see why our customers say we're not only the biggest, we're the best at Joe's Modern Cleaners and Laundromat.
8-1, bottom of the fifth. Outlaws coming to the bat, and they'll be at the top of the lineup, right, with Ryan Fisher, Reed Gross, Seth Lloyd, needing 3 runs to close this one out early.
In the hole, Seth Lloyd represents the winning run. We were talking walk-offs last game, and Outlaws looking to do the same this contest in the bottom of the fifth.
They've been a bit, I don't know, maybe sluggish against Wyatt since Wyatt Martinez came in at to start the third inning.
They hit him well first, right at the beginning.
But then they've slowed down. Fisher takes ball 1 in the dirt.
And he's been getting good, not swing and miss action, but he's been, I don't know if he's got a sinker, what he's doing, but they're getting on top of the ball because he's been inducing a lot of ground balls, which is something that Destry Stevenson did none of.
Fisher hits one into right field. It's a little too much air underneath it. Stevenson moves to his left and makes the catch, 1 down. Fisher singled in the first, but since then, I guess he had that sac fly in the third. But 0 for 2, the ground out and that fly out there. Reed Gross to the plate, singled and scored in the first, walked and scored in the second, reached on an error in the third.
And he's got a big gap on left field. And Drew Grossnickel has good speed, but you line that down and you bury it in that far left corner, you got a triple.
Yeah. Especially with the speed that Gross has, and it looked like he's trying to do that, chops it to the dugouts.
All you got to do is loop it over third base and just hope for a little positive spin and keep it just to the right of the line, and when it drops. He could probably get it, if they hit it to the end of the bullpen, he could probably get a double.
Martinez delivers high. 2 balls and a strike for Reed Gross. Seth Lloyd on deck, and Gus already in the hole if we get there. Again, Outlaws leading 8-1 in the bottom of the fifth on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Gross thought about chasing one, but let it go. Ball 3. This is a hitter's count here. 3 balls and a strike for Gross. That's in the dirt. Gross takes off for first with a 5-pitch walk.
Martinez was trying to mix up speeds. He did that. He did not mix up location, though, because it was in the dirt, fastball or curveball.
So Seth Lloyd to the plate, and a quick visit from Gunnar Hamblin, the catcher.
And I wonder if that might be changing the signs, actually, with Reed Gross down the way, an opposing catcher.
Uh-huh.
You got a perfect sight line right down there. I wonder if they're changing the signs up because they don't want to be getting their tip pitches with Seth Lloyd at the plate.
Seth Lloyd doing well. 3 singles, 2 of them RBI singles. He scored once. You saw that funny situation just in the last few days with the Dodgers.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Who's their closer? It's
Kenley Jansen.
Kenley Jansen.
Yeah.
Had a man on second, and they were up 2 or 3 runs, and he was worried about the man on second stealing pitches or tipping pitches, stealing signs. So he just purposely balked to move the man to third and then get that final out.
Yeah, and look, it's a real thing. And even guys down at first base coaches, that's why that box is there, but they'll still reach out as far as they can and get a peek what's going on.
Throw to first, and Gross lucky that throw was closer to the dugout than the bag because he was moving the wrong direction, but gets back in safe. 2 balls, no strikes for Seth Lloyd. Reaches out, trying to chop it down the third base line. He does, but high in the air, foul.
He was trying to go with the pitch there. It's a good idea, but it's lucky he got as much air and corner of that foul territory down the third base side as he did. This is a real situation to close it out, and I think you should because you got games coming up this coming Tuesday. Right back at the region, and Casper, they're no slouches. We've seen them earlier this year. they were fantastic when they had their starters in.
Another throw to first. Gross dives back in easily this time. A little more conservative, careful on the leadoff. Inches out. Martinez delivers. Gross taken off for second. It's a high throw, and if he's paying a little more attention, he might have taken third, but he stopped at second.
Well, Seth Lloyd signaled go take third, but by the time that message was relayed, you already had to be on your horse heading that way.
Martinez let that one go way early, and Hamlin couldn't get up to it. It went back to the backstop. The 3-1 and a high fly ball into deep right center field, and this one is off the top of the fence. Lloyd around first. Reed will score easily, and Seth in with a stand-up RBI double.
I thought that was home run number 4 of the year, but for Seth, he found the deepest part of the park and hit it off the maybe second to top chain link. It was deep and gone. And then it wasn't. 365 out at dead center and just a little bit deeper in the gap, and that's exactly where he hit it.
Yeah, about 6 inches maybe below the top of the fence. Allred trying to do the same, except he goes the other direction down the third baseline, foul, a pop-up.
And Allred, he represents on base, or at the plate, the winning run, the walk-off run. And that's where we were last time. Allred was the guy who walked it off for the Outlaws.
So Lloyd at second. Outlaws leading 9-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Bottom of the 5th, so 2 more runs, and this is a 10-run rule early finish. Martinez delivers inside. Gus turns away. Ball 1. A ball and a strike with 1 out. Kendall Cummings on deck. Gus doubled and scored in the first. Hit by a pitch, scored in the second. Grounded out to third in the third. Martinez. Good pitch. Inside half, strike 2. Gus this season came in hitting .393. He's been very reliable. 16, 17 RBIs. Throw back to second. Seth in safe. Allred hits left. Of course, you got the Seth Lloyd hitting left and Allred hitting left. Martinez delivers. Gus swings and misses. Strike 3.
He was going for the fences there and ends up tying his legs up.
That looked like one of the kids on the T-ball team I coached, with sliding feet around and getting spun around.
Now, they don't keep score anymore, do they?
No.
So you don't know who won?
No, we don't.
But do you know who won?
Well, the other team had more players. They had 11 today. Our team had 8. And you bat through everybody. And we did get a couple of outs. Pop up by Cummings to shallow left, very shallow, right on the edge of the grass. Easy catch for Caden Anderson. Ends the inning. Outlaws get 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. 9-1. We're heading for a 6th inning on the Impact Physical, or on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
Number 9 hitter Dominic Gunyon, followed by Destry Stevenson, the leadoff man, and Caden Anderson due up for the Rock Springs Sandpuppies, trailing 9-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Seth Lloyd out for his 6th inning of work.
You wonder what happens if they have a quicker leash with how Martinez has looked today. They got on him early when they had everything working, but he's really settled in quite nicely, and he's given up still a run last inning, but you know, I think one way or another you need to get Rock Springs to get the bats working.
Right.
But he's been as effective as we've seen anyone for Rock Springs today.
Definitely. Outlaws scored 7 runs in the first 2 innings. They've been held to 2 in the last 3 combined. Lloyd misses low and then misses just in. Ball 2 for Gunyon, who singled and scored in the 3rd lone run of the day for the Sandpuppies.
Baseball's a lot like a snowball, too. When you get rolling downhill, it compiles a whole lot faster than if you're on flat ground and you're kind of going here and there. Let's talk about 2 runs here and there. And Rock Springs giving up a run. We're right in the game.
A 4-pitch walk issued to Gunyon. 2nd walk of the day for Rock Springs hitters. Lloyd's been pretty well in control other than, well, that walk and a 4-pitch walk to Wyatt Martinez in the 2nd. So with no outs, Destry Stevenson at the plate with a man on first. Stevenson hits right. He's 0 for 2. And grounds 1 to second. Thompson throws to second. Gross turns the double play, and that ends, well, at least for the moment, any kind of a threat.
Well, we finally saw it, a 4-6-3. There's been a lot of opportunities today through both games. Neither team's been able to turn it. That was the perfect setup. You love the 4-6-3 because everyone's in momentum in that play. It's not like 6-4-3, you got to turn, you got 2 guys coming, and then you got to make that turn with the second base. No, this one goes to the second baseman, he's already pointing second base. You go to the shortstop, he's already pointing towards first. It's perfect.
Anderson skies one high down the third base line. This may be in no man's land, but Fisher comes over, settles under it, makes the catch. And the Sandpuppies go down quickly. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 9-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Bottom of the 6th coming up when we return on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
For generations, gun ownership has been an important part of our heritage. At the Gun Room in Evanston, you'll find a large selection of quality firearms. Everything from personal protection handguns to hunting rifles and shotguns. With a wide selection of hunting gear, ammo, optics, and apparel, we have what you need. Ask about our 90-day layaway program. And remember, success on the range and in the field starts at the Gun Room. Call today, 307-789-2677.
Seth Lloyd on the mound. His last 3 innings, he's thrown 8, 6, and 7 pitches, Jake.
Well, it's 7:59 right now. The game was scheduled, this contest scheduled to start at 7:30. The shadows of this crow's nest where we stand have gone over home plate, but they have not even reached much past the third base line. I'll tell you what, if I was expecting this bottom of the 6th inning in this game, and we still got shadows in the infield, wow, what a quick day it's been for a doubleheader.
Martinez still has the Outlaws guessing. They're not seeing it nearly as well as they did with Destry Stevenson on the mound. Gets Thompson to chase one in the dirt. Not going to chase that one. Bounced a few feet in front of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike for Brennan Thompson. He's 0 for 2. Struck out in the first, reached on an error in the second. Chops this one backwards for strike 1.
He's hungry for a hit. He's reaching at that. And I think he knows when he swings at that it's a ball, but thought he could do something with it, slap it over the third baseman's head or something. But take the walk right here. He could be up 2-1, down 1-2.
Takes that one wisely, way outside and down in the dirt. Thompson, a 4-pitch walk in the 4th, so he's been on base 2 out of the 3 at-bats, but no hits.
Got 1 on the day between the 2 games total, and that was his final at-bat of the first game.
Good eye, ball 3 up high, full count. Martinez, working on, this will be pitch number 59 of his appearance. And strikes Thompson out looking. The breaking ball drops in for strike 3. Just the third strikeout for Outlaw hitters today.
Brings up Tibbetts and then Schneider. So 3 guys looking for some offense. Tibbetts has a hit between the 3. I believe it was ruled a hit. Now it was ruled a fielder's choice on that. I'm not sure how everyone was safe. So it'd be either an error or a hit, I would imagine. But he was out on a fielder's choice. Oh, no, here it is. He was ruled as a single. I've got
okay.
He's listed twice on Game Changer, but errantly. So then Schneider comes in. Yeah, it was ruled a single, and I think it was not certainly the way he drew it up, but you take singles however you get them.
Tibbetts swung and missed, then took ball 1, a ball and a strike, 1 out. Outlaws leading 9-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Martinez winds. Tibbetts, a late swing, misses, strike 2. A 167 average coming into the day. That'll help today. He's 1 for 2. And hits one back towards short. High hopper. Right to the face of Caden Anderson. Easy throw. 2 down.
I like what I just saw there. Did you see the hustle down the first baseline trying to stretch out a single on a routine ball down to shortstop? Anthony Tibbetts, he came up about a half step shy on something. You know, if he wasn't stretching those legs out there like that, he would have been out by 3-4 steps. Instead, it's a close play.
Martinez winds. Schneider fouls it back straight up over our heads. Strike 1. You like that from Tibbetts.
Oh, I love it. How could you not?
Oh, yeah.
You're up 9-1, but it's all about how are you getting better in each one, in every at-bat. And he got one single kind of given to him, trying to earn that one, and he quite nearly did. And that's a good out. That's a quality run.
Schneider takes strike 2 and strike 3. He's gone. Goes down looking. 2 Outlaws strike out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Outlaws go down 1, 2, 3. 9-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Top of 7 when we return on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
When you have your vehicle serviced by the experienced, certified technicians at Rocky Mountain Yeti, you'll have a legendary experience. With a comfortable customer waiting area, you can watch the big screen television or use the free Wi-Fi while you enjoy free hot waffles with ice cream. Our professional technicians work on all makes and models and handle everything from routine service to major repair. Stop in today, 100 Wasatch Road, Evanston. Visit www.yetiauto.group. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven. Seth Lloyd looking for the complete game victory, a 9-1 lead for Evanston. But he'll face the heart of the order, number 3 hitter Drew Grossnickel, Dylan Schultz, number 4 hitter, and Sean Murphy, number 5. Between the 3 of them, though, 0 for 5. No, for, let's see, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6.
Well, no lights on. Those shadows, the sun's kind of going down, but I guess they're expecting another 7-8 pitch inning for Seth Lloyd because no lights as of yet out in the outfield. Thinking maybe if we can get through this half inning, not worry about it.
Probably looks a little darker if you're watching online on mylocalradio.com than it does actually out on the field. Lloyd misses high, ball 1.
Yeah, you got that big contrast between the sky and it doesn't look bad at all, actually, looking out. And if you're a hitter, you're not losing too much of that eye.
High pop-up right field. Cummings comes in and makes the catch, 1 down. Grossnickel 0 for 3. Brings Dylan Schultz to the plate. He didn't start. It was DeAndre Ricks who started. He struck out swinging, and then Schultz in the 4th grounded to short. That's 2 pitches. Lloyd at 70, 69 total.
Yeah, not a bad day and a quick, efficient one. I think either way, they've got a whole week to prepare for these Casper games, which I assume we'll see again Ryan Fisher, Seth Lloyd going for. But, Man, talk about managing workload, 130 so pitches between the two of them combined at this point.
For 2 games. And that'll make this weekend a little more, I don't know what you want to call it, Jake. Interesting. Evanston playing a tournament in Laramie.
Mm-hmm.
Down the right field line, hooks foul.
Well, you got an interesting lineup as a whole. You're playing the Cheyenne Hawks, not Post 6. You're playing a team out of Sterling, that's Fort Collins area, and I imagine it's basically kind of like Rocky Mountain School of Baseball. It seems like it's kind of an extension of the high school year for Sterling. And then you have Spearfish, the Post 164 Spearfish program. I'd imagine we got some good competition, but maybe not, definitely not all double A, single A stuff. I would keep the pitchers the pitchers you want to use, keep them far away as possible.
Right.
Go lose every one of those games and get your sticks working, but don't you dare use up your pitchers for that weekend. And I don't imagine they will.
2-2 count, and Lloyd misses just outside. Full count for Dylan Schultz.
You know, I think we'll see a lot. I would say probably some B guys, with some mid-level A guys that are in the pitching ranks going against Laramie.
Grounder to Gross. He scoops, throws, and gets the out. That's 2 down. Rock Springs down to its final out. Evanston leading 9-1 in the top of the 7th.
And maybe take a look at like Gus Allred, kid like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of struggled a little bit this year. Maybe get him on Friday, 25, 30 throws, maybe even 40 throws, whatever that limit is where you'll need 1 day's rest. Maybe get him out there and try to right the ship a little bit with his pitching game, because you may need him in relief against Casper. And then certainly down the stretch at the state tournament coming up end of July.
Second baseman Sean Murphy. A line drive to right field. Coming in, Kendall Cummings makes the catch and ends the game on an L9. Seth Lloyd will finish with right around 75 pitches, and the Outlaws win 9-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. We'll have some final stats coming up for you in our post-game show. The Outlaws, though, most importantly, start conference play 2-0 in the 4A in the AA West. Stay tuned. Post-game coming up. Outlaws win 9-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Education in Wyoming has been a long-held tradition. The communities that make up Uinta County School District No. 1 are committed to those traditions. Student learning, teacher and staff development, extracurricular activities for students to choose from, quality facilities that are clean and comfortable, and a transportation department that always goes above and beyond are just some of the ways we work as a community to help students succeed. Uinta County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence.
9-1 in Game 2 and 11-1, a 5-inning game in the first, the first of the doubleheader today against Rock Springs. And joining us here on the postgame show, Coach Jason Lloyd, last year's Double-A Coach of the Year. I don't know if we've given you credit for that much, Jason, but late congratulations on that. And great day today, a sweep of Rock Springs.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, it was a good 2 games for sure.
Tell me, the first game, the bats were working. Fisher did well on the mound. A low pitch count for him.
Yeah, I think he ended up 60, just low 60s.
Yeah,
we'll take that and be ready to go this weekend. So that really is helpful for us. And Ryan came out. He kind of had a bad outing in Pocatello.
Okay.
So it was good to get his confidence back and to come in and pitch a complete game and get a good win. And and we backed him up with I don't even know if we had an error. I can't think that game, but we backed him up with the sticks, and so, we changed our lineup this week. We kind of been in a little bit of a slump, so we changed some things around, and seemed to work out pretty well.
Seth had a great game today. The second game, 4 for 4, run scored, 3 RBIs. Chris Perriman, after struggling Saturday against Pocatello, he really had a great day today.
Yeah, and he needed to have a good day. He's been struggling at the plate for the last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
So he really had to. I was really happy to see him get some confidence and get some good balls. So, yep.
And love to see him coming back from the injury he had earlier this year. He's back and seems to be feeling great.
Yeah, I mean, he's good on the bases, good out in the field. He's pretty much healed up. So, yeah, all the confidence is back in him. So we're good to have him back.
Can we touch on? Well, first of all, let's get to this. A 2-0 start to the conference. That's where you want to be. Need to be.
That's exactly where we want to be. So, I mean, we have Casper is going to be at us on Tuesday. Then they have to turn around and play Rock Springs on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all 4 conference games next week. So if we can split with those or go 2-0 there, then we're right where we want to be. And this is a good start for us. We needed these 2 to get us at least where we're not going to be going, hopefully, last in our seed going up into that side or this side of the tournament. So.
Right. Now, can we talk for a second about the state of your program a little bit right now? You got a couple of guys not here this week because is it football or basketball camp?
Basketball.
And yet you come out, you score 20 runs in a conference doubleheader, and you've got 5 guys on the bench that can come in at any time. The guys you plug in for those 2 filled those holes well.
Yeah. We've got a lot of young guys, but they're good, fundamental, solid baseball players.
Yeah.
And so we pulled a couple from the B. They'll be those 3 kids that we pull up, or they'll be the ones that we dual roster for state tournament.
Okay.
And the Moyles kid came in and played really well for us, and he comes up off the B team, and he doesn't play the outfield for the B team. He's an infielder. He's a first baseman.
Okay.
And so we utilize him as a utility guy in the out, and he does well. And like you said, we filled the gaps. Jagger and Casey, they're hard shoes to fill. We did a good job. The kids did a good job stepping up.
Want to touch on one other thing. Late in the game, 6th inning, I think, Anthony Tibbetts gets up and just about beat that throw on the grounder to short. I'd love to see that hustle that late in the game in a 9-1 ball game.
Absolutely, and that kid is a hustler. And I was over there on third base, and the coaches and the players could not believe this big kid all of a sudden, the shortstop grabs the ball like, I got plenty of time. And then he was like, I got to get rid of this thing. And the coaches were like, dude, and they were like, that kid hustles. And, that's a good compliment. He's a big kid, and he works hard.
Yeah, working to get himself better, help the team, and help and work good. That was awesome. Well, Coach, a great couple of wins. Anything else you want to touch on?
Nope. Just we'll be in Laramie this weekend starting Friday at 2:30. I think we play Cheyenne, actually, our first game.
Yeah.
So we're there for the weekend. And I think we play some teams like Spearfish, like South Dakota, and some different teams. So it'll just be fun. It's a good wood bat tournament.
Yeah. And you'll be, I'm sure, strategizing. You're pitching this weekend, planning to have Fisher and Lloyd for Tuesday next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If we pitch them, they'll be early weekend.
Right.
And then we'll go from there. Absolutely. Yep.
Well, Coach, appreciate you coming to join us, and good luck this weekend. Jake will be there in Laramie with you guys to broadcast the games, and look forward to next Tuesday at Casper.
Okay.
As well.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Coach Jason Lloyd, thanks so much.
Thanks, Ryan.
A couple of wins for the Outlaws, 11-1 in the first game, 9-1 in game 2. A couple conference victories for Evanston, improving to 2-0 in the AA West conference play. In the game, go through some quick stats for you. Ryan Fisher in this second game, 1 for 3, a run scored, an RBI. Reed Gross 1 for 2 with 3 runs scored. Seth Lloyd 4 for 4, 1 run and 3 RBIs. Gus Allred 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Kendall Cummings 1 for 4, an RBI. Thompson goes 0 for 3. Tibbetts 1 for 3. Jordan Schneider 0 for 4. And Chris Perriman 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. Had that triple to lead off as a second hitter in the third inning. Perriman saw the ball, hit the ball well today. Again, 11-1, the final in game number 1. 9-1, the final in game 2. The Outlaws improve, even up their overall record at 12-12, but more importantly, 2-0 in 4A West Conference play. Well, that'll do it for us this evening from Ross Kesterson Field in Evanston. I'm Ryan Steinekert. With me was Jake Hibbard. Jake will be back on the call this weekend, Friday, Saturday, at the Laramie tournament. So don't miss all that action right here on mylocalradio.com. And you can listen live on KNYN 99.1 FM, the big dog in country. Thanks for tuning in, and a couple of wins for the Outlaws. Until next time, go Evanston Outlaws.
Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on mylocalradio.com. Go online to check out more live and archived action from Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. This has been a wholly owned production of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of this stream may be used or rebroadcast without the expressed written consent of the aforementioned rights holder. We thank all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible, and mostly, we thank you for tuning in.